Big group out here tonight. On the first base side, we got the people from Strike. Filter has been planning on giving away this great championship belt to the Highway Series MVP. Highway Series MVP was decided by media and a fan vote. This year's MVP representing...
Hello once again, everybody. John Balgini, Tyler Peterson speaking to you live from Melaleuca Field on Jim Garr Show way in Idaho Falls. Coming right up is Chukars baseball as they are awarding the Highway Series trophy to the Boise Hawks, and the MVP of the Highway Series, Vladimir Galindo. He'll get a nice championship belt. It's time for the pregame show brought to you by Toyota, and tonight's guest will be Jake Waters, a reliever for the Chukars. Tyler and Jake will chat in 2 minutes here on KSBZ.
Welcome back to the Toyota pregame show. Tyler Peterson with Chukars reliever Jake Waters. Now, Jake, I have to ask you first off, this is game 86 of the season. It's been a long season. There'll be 10 more after tonight. And I know for you, you played on 4 different teams in 3 years before coming here. So certainly this has to be your longest season with one team. What has it like been this year to come to a town, sort of set your roots in a little bit, maybe get a little bit more comfortable, I have to imagine?
Yeah, it's been nice being here since May. It's a long season. It's coming down to the dog days of summer, as they like to call it. But it's been good to get comfortable here, settling in the town of Idaho Falls, and just grinding it out, like I said, over the past 3.5 months.
You guys certainly have been grinding out the past 3.5, almost 4 months now. Let me ask about you. You went from starter early in the season to a bullpen guy, and you've had some good success in the bullpen. You picked up 3 wins in relief, and you've worked with Bob Malachy closer this season. What has Bob helped you with mechanics, control? What are some of the pinpoint places that he has spotted in terms of helping you?
Definitely some mechanical things early on, especially just with like my front side, keeping me from flying open and things like that. And then in addition to physical stuff, also on the mental side of things, just keeping persistent with attacking hitters and, trusting in my stuff and filling up the strike zone and letting the defense behind me work. So he's been big in helping me out with that along the way.
Now, this is a pretty close race for this second half championship. The whole division is within 3 games. Even Great Falls, who is last, is only 3 games out of first. We currently sit 1.5 games back of both Missoula and Billings, who are in that first place spot. But it's a little bit different from the first half because we more or less can sort of decide our own destiny. We'll play 6 with Billings starting on Wednesday and 3 against Great Falls for the final 10. How important it is to the guys that not only can we get to that first half championship, but that it's really sort of up to the team?
Yeah, it's all on us, like you said, to just, hunker down and really put together good ABs, put together good outings on the mound as a pitching staff, and, play a complete game of, clean baseball the rest of the way. That's important, and I feel like when we do that as a team, we're a tough team to beat when we play good, clean baseball, and if we can do that over this next stretch of 10 or 11 games, I think we'll put ourselves in a good position to make the playoff and then hopefully make a run for the championship.
Well, certainly the numbers back that up. The best hitting team as far as average, the best pitching team as far as ERA. Jake, appreciate your time.
Thanks, Tyler, and go Chukars.
That's Jake Waters. John, back to you.
Thank you very much, Tyler. Thank you, Jake. And we apologize for our technical difficulties, but I think we have things worked out. More on the pregame show coming up here on KSBZ. Thank you, Bob Malacki, John and Tyler here on a Saturday night. It's the Chukars and the Hawks for the 23rd time. Here's Tyler with your starting lineups.
First, it's Miles Miller leading it off in left field for Gary Van Tall. Jason Nicochea at second base, batting second. Alejandro Rivero, the shortstop, bats third, followed by Vladimir Galindo at first base. He bats fourth. Robbie Enriquez in right, batting fifth, with Udeco Gonzalez, the DH, batting sixth. Tyler Jorgensen at third, batting seventh. Byron Smith catching, batting eighth. And Greg White, who had a couple pretty nice games, John, even though he doesn't play that much and bat that high, he'll play center field and bat ninth, with Liam Steigerwald on the mound for the second time this series. As for the Chucks, it's Barmakian, Steve Barmakian at third base leading it off, followed by Webb Little at first. He bats second. Matt Feinstein in left, batting third. Hunter Hiskey, the catcher, bats fourth. Kona Quiggle, the center fielder, bats fifth, with Andrew Don, the DH, batting sixth. Sam Little in right, batting seventh, and then two Tylers to finish it out. Tyler Van Martyr at short and Tyler Wyatt at second, with Damon Ellis on the mound.
Game number 86 of 96 on this 2021 Pioneer League baseball season. As the final Chucker, Tyler Wyatt, being introduced to a good crowd tonight here at Melaleuca Field. A lot of green t-shirts. Want to thank Idaho Central Credit Union for all their sponsorship of the Chuckers throughout this summer. It's time now for the singing of our national anthem, and doing the honors tonight will be a group called the Anti-Up a cappella quartet. Let's go down to the field.
Please rise, remove your caps, and face the American flag in center field, and please welcome a cappella group Anti-Up in the singing of the Star Spangled Banner. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Can you see bright the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hail that the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red lit those bursting in air gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing the Star-Spangled Banner and wave o'er the land of the free, the land of the free, and the home of the
Wow, where have those four gentlemen been all year?
Certainly
A cappella group, Anti-Up, a barbershop quartet version of tonight's national anthem.
certainly a palate cleanser after what I did last night.
You did a great job, Tyler. Come on now. Well, the Hawks picked up the Highway Series trophy before the game. Vladimir Galindo took home the belt as the MVP, so this thing is over, the Highway Series, so now it's time to think playoffs, and the Chuckers come in a game and a half back of first place Billings and first place Missoula. Meanwhile, the Hawks are sitting pretty good, Tyler. They're 3 up on second place Grand Junction.
And they have the Rocky Mountain Vibes to thank for. The Vibes taking 3 games from the Grand Junction Rockies. But for the Chuckers, you're right, John, you know, a game and a half out. We talked last night how this is sort of the do or die time now, time to strap in. 11 more games left, 10 after tonight, and the guy on the mound tonight is a guy they are hoping can be a big part of this playoff run.
Damon Ellis, 5'11", 200 pounds. He's a 25-year-old right-hander out of Detroit, Michigan. He was 5-1 with the Great Falls Voyagers. He's 1-2 with the Idaho Falls Chuckers. He's making his 6th start against Boise, and he hasn't fared well. 0-3 with a 10.13 earned run average against the Hawks. those numbers with both the Voyagers and the Chukars, but last time out, he threw a complete game, 3-3 tie. Matt Feinstein won it in the knockout round, so hopefully that's the Damon Ellis we see tonight.
And not many times in any league anywhere will you'll face the same team 3 times in 3 consecutive starts, but he'll face them for a 4th time in a 4th consecutive start, and hopefully it's more of August 22nd when he threw that complete game as opposed to the previous 2 where he lost both.
Umpires for tonight's ball game, calling the balls and strikes, Bill Shortridge. At first base, Stuart Portella. And at third base, Trevor Walker. Your weather for tonight's ball game: sunny, 72, no smoke for the first time in about 2 weeks, and a slight breeze, very slight breeze blowing in from center field. So we are ready for game number 86. Miles Miller, Jason DiCochea, and Alejandro Rivera will lead things off for the Hawks. Chukars wearing the pinstripe home unis. And here's the first pitch from Ellis to Miller. It's high. Game time, 7:15.
Right on time, punctual again.
Miller hitting .354 on the year. The leadoff hitter out of Windsor, Ontario. There's a strike called, and it evens out the count at 1. Defensively, Steve Barmakian at third base tonight. Tyler Van Marter, the shortstop. Tyler Wyatt at second, and Webb Little at first. There's a ground ball hit to Tyler Wyatt. He'll make the play, and there's out number 1 here in the top of the first. Matt Feinstein in left, Kona Quiggle in center, Sam Little in right, and Hunter Hiskey behind the plate. Here's Jason DiCochea, the second baseman. .319 hitter, hit a home run in last night's ball game. On the series, he has 8 hits and 28 at-bats. Right-handed swinging second baseman DiCochea out of Redondo Beach. Hits a one-hopper to Tyler Van Marter. The throw, and there's quickly 2 away. A couple of ground ball outs from Damon Ellis, and it brings up Alejandro Rivera, the shortstop. He also has 8 hits and 28 at-bats in the previous 7 games. Game number 8 of this homestand, and all 8 against the Hawks, and we'll do it one more time tomorrow afternoon. Good crowd on this Saturday night, ICCU night. First pitch, it's going to be a nice 2-hopper. Wyatt gobbles it up, and a quick, and I do mean a quick, 3-up, 3-down frame for Damon Ellis. No score after 1/2. Chukars coming to plate here on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
5 pitches.
Bottom of the first, Steve Barmakian, Webb Little, Matt Feinstein to face Liam Steigerwald. 1-2 on the year, 5.86 earned run average. This will be his 5th appearance against the Chukars, his 4th start. In the previous 4 games, 14 2/3 innings pitched, 30 hits, Walked 7, struck out 9. His earned run average against the Hawks this year, 9.21.
And this is a guy who went toe-to-toe with Damon Ellis back on Sunday in that 7-inning ball game. For him, it was 5 2/3, 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Nearly identical to Damon, but Damon went the distance.
So the Chukars hitting just .296 in the month of August. And normally teams would kill for that average, but Boise, by the way, hitting .313 in the month of August. Here's Steve Barmakian playing third base tonight. A .331 hitter, 1 home run, 41 RBI. Steve 6 out of 25 in this series against Boise. Batting .240. Left-handed hitter against Liam Steigerwald. And the first pitch called strike 1. 6'5", 220 is the 23-year-old righty out of San Ramon, California. Went to St. Mary's College. Give you the Hawks lineup defensively after this pitch. That one is fouled out of play. No change for the 8th straight game in the infield. Tyler Jorgensen at third, Alejandro Rivero the shortstop. Jason DiCochea at second, and Vladimir Galindo the first baseman. It's Miles Miller in left, Greg White in center, Robbie Enriquez in right, and Byron Smith behind the plate. Next pitch to Barmakian is high, ball 1, 1-2. Chukars here in the second half, just 19-18. Boise with the best record in the second half, 22 wins, 15 losses. Barmakian hits a shallow ball to left field. In comes the left fielder Miller with his speed. He can't get it, and Barmakian's going to go to second. The throw, not in time. Leadoff double, a bloop double down the left field line by Steve Barmakian.
That's something we didn't see last night, John. The Hawks kept Barmakian and Webb Little, the top of the order, off of base. Barmakian was 0 for 4. Webb is 0 for 4. So Steve here, leadoff double. Let's see if Webb can follow it up.
I thought maybe Rivero, the shortstop, would have a shot at it, but he wasn't close, and even though Miles Miller has speed, he couldn't catch up to that one. So a leadoff double for Steve Barmakian brings up Webb Little. Boy, Webb hitting just 120 against the Hawks in this series. He's due. First pitch to Webb. Check swing, called strike 1. Webb still leads the Pioneer League with 32 doubles, 96 RBI, 14 home runs. His twin brother Sam back in the lineup as well tonight, and he's been hot at the plate. Steigerwald checks the runner. Here's the ball hit. Another bloop job. This one's going to fall, and they're going to send Barmakian, and now Miller bobbles it, but no advancement. But Webb Little, 2 bloop jobs off the bats of the Chukars, and they lead by the score of 1-0. And 2 balls that were not hit hard at all, but they were hit in the right place.
Well, a sign you're coming out of a cold streak is when those kind of balls start to fall for you. And for Webb Little, a nearly carbon copy of what Steve Barmakian did in at-bat number 1.
Webb picks up his 97th RBI of the year, and here's Matt Feinstein, who leads the league with 101. Matt, .377 hitter. This series, 7 hits, 27 at-bats. Chukars with a 1-0 lead on 2 bloop singles. Well, a bloop double and a bloop single. And that pitch comes inside on Feinstein. The count is 1-0. If you're Steigerwald, you're saying, what the heck is going on? I throw 2 good pitches and I'm down 1-0.
You get that kind of contact, you're expecting 2 quick outs.
Well, it landed in identically the same spot. Swing and a miss by Matt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Feinstein leads the team with 19 home runs. To go along with the 19 long balls, 15 doubles, 6 triples. Webb Little at first base with nobody out, a run in. And Matt swings and misses, and the count is 1-2. Steigerwald, I wouldn't call him a strikeout pitcher. In 35 innings this season, he has struck out 22, walked 13. He's given up 53 base hits. But a good start for the Chukars. The 1-2 pitched. Matt takes it inside. It's 2-2.
It's worth noting, John, that today we welcomed through our gates our 100,000th fan this year.
Outstanding. Tell you what, Idaho Falls and East Idaho loves baseball. 2-2 the count. Steigerwald from the set. And here's the pitch. Inside, ball 3. That one at 92. Didn't look that fast, but Matt took it for a ball in the count full.
And he took it like he knew it was coming, too.
Feinstein leads the league not only in RBI, but in walks. Great eye at the plate. Steigerwald throws to first. Webb Little dives back. Caden White coaching at first base for the Chukars, and Billy Gardner Jr., the manager, at third base. 3-2. Now the umpire says 2-2. Okay. Did we miss a pitch? That pitch is high and inside, and now it's 3-2. I think that's ball 4, as we had it. And now there's ball 5. Gets back to the backstop as Matt walks. Tyler, you keep pitches, and
I was keeping the pitches. I don't know. It was up there. I mean, though you heard the fans as well.
Well, I'm sure the fans were looking at the scoreboard. And I'll tell you what, Jordan Beck said, who keeps the scoreboard, he's right on. But Byron Smith out to talk to Steigerwald. 2 on, nobody out for Hunter Hiskey. He's the catcher. Batting .341, has 4 home runs, does Hunter, and 3 of those have come against the Hawks.
I don't think we were just seeing things, John. I'll have to ask Hawks broadcaster Leonard Berry what he had in his book, because he keeps pitches in his book.
There was that throw to first, but I could have sworn it was ball 5, and it must have been. Nobody on the Chukars dugout caught it. Pitch to Hiskey. Here's a fly ball, shallow fly ball. In comes Greg White, waiting for it to come down. Boy, that thing was up in the sky a long time. White makes the catch, out number 1. And here's the big wave, Kona Quiggle. He's had the best series against the Hawks. 11 hits in the last 7 games with 8 RBI, and all 8 of those came in 2 games. Kona was 2 for 4 last night. Chukars with 1 on the board, looking for more. Little at second and Feinstein at first. Here's the pitch. Kona fouls it back to the screen.
That foul went straight back. Once keep your back straight, go to the home of the Backsaver mattress.
Quiggle with 13 home runs, 73 RBI, and throw 25 doubles in there in less than 60 games played. Steigerwald taking his time. One nothing, Chukars with the lead. Steigerwald to Quiggle. The count 0-1 on Kona. That's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. A couple of early scores. Missoula leads Ogden 4-0.
We'll love to hear that.
Billings leads Great Falls 4-1.
Don't love to hear that.
Grand Junction leads Rocky Mountain 4-1. Here at the Luke, it's 1-0, bottom of 1. 2 on and 1 away. Pitch to Quiggle, base hit to the right side. They're going to send Sam Little. And Enriquez bobbled it momentarily, no errors. And Kona Quiggle picks up RBI number 9 of this series. Scoring was Webb Little from second. Feinstein goes to third. Runners at the corners with one out for Andrew Don.
That was a solid hit to right field. Love to see that off of Kona, pulling that pitch, and Feinstein did well. That ball sort of got on him pretty quick, so he had to get out of the way of that ball coming onto the field, or also would have struck him for an out. Keep this rally going.
Here's Andrew Don. Boy, he needs a base knock to knock it one. Andrew 1 for 7 in the series, batting .329, but he's been in a second half slump. First pitch to Andrew, takes it inside and high, ball 1.
He had a double in his last start, and I imagine if he could hit a home run here, that would solve a lot of problems for Andrew.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's slow, ball 2, 2-0.
And here's a great spot now for Don. He's been late on a lot of pitches. He's in a 2-0 count. You can expect a fastball, so you can start the bat early here. He's having trouble getting around pitches. I would just start the bat early, see if you can get some lumber on one.
The 2-0 pitch from Steigerwald fouls it into the screen by the Chukars dugout, and it's 2-1. Idaho Falls 29 wins, 14 losses at home. No longer the best home record. Missoula has that honor, but the Chukars have the second best road record and the second best home record. Righty-righty matchup. The pitch to Andrew. Hits it to the third base side. That's going to score a run. They go to second for 1. No chance for a relay. So Andrew Don, an RBI fielder's choice. His 69th RBI of the year. Quiggle out at second, 5-4. And with 1 out, or 2 out and 1 on, it's Sam Little. Well, Andrew didn't get a hit, but he got the run in.
And that's the important part, and that's a good at-bat for Don. He sort of rolled over on it, but he pulled that ball to the right side, and you want to see Don starting to pull a lot of those pitches.
Sam Little batting .300 in this series against the Hawks, 6 for 20. Chucks with a 3 spot here in the bottom, and Sam hits it deep, but it's going to be right at Greg White, who glides over and makes the catch in center field for out number 3. But a good start for the home team. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. We go to the top of the second. It's the Chukars 3, the Hawks nothing on KSPZ. Top of 2 Chukars with a 3-0 lead. Galindo Enriquez Gonzalez will face Damon Ellis, who tossed 5 pitches and got 3 outs.
So a little bit of confusion, John, on the Feinstein at-bat. I want to thank Leonard Berry for watching closely in that at-bat. But remember that pitch that Feinstein took like he knew it was coming?
Uh-huh.
Time was played. The time was called on the play.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Not that Bill Shortridge let us know. I mean, at least I didn't see anything that would have led me to believe that time was called at the plate. Usually the batter dives out of there, the umpire dives out of there.
Here's Galindo, cleanup hitter, 364, 18 home runs, 72 RBI. The winner of the MVP belt in the Highway Series takes the first pitch low. Vladimir, 10 hits and 27 at-bats this year, or this series, and the next pitch is a called strike one by Damon. Righty-righty matchup, Ellis to Galindo. The 1-1 pitch, ground ball, that's going to be a base hit, a ground ball base hit to right field. So Galindo picks up his 11th hit of the series, and it'll bring up Robbie Enriquez, the right fielder. Another ground ball by Ellis, keeping the ball down, although the wind will not be a factor in tonight's game.
Vladimir Galindo before the game, John, won the Project Filter MVP of the Highway Series.
Got a nice looking championship belt a la the WWE. Here's a ball in the dirt, and Hiskey blocked it. It went to his right, and Galindo's going to take second on the wild pitch.
Now, I thought Hiskey would have had a chance, but I think that ball just maybe another foot or two too far away from him having a chance at Galindo at second.
So the Hawks runner in scoring position, nobody out here in the top of the second. Chukars with 3 in the bottom of the first. RBI by Little, Quiggle, and Don. That pitch misses outside, 2-0. Enriquez, a 348 hitter with just 3 home runs on the season for Robbie Enriquez at Puerto Rico. 2-0 pitch, that's inside corner, called strike, 2-1, and Robbie was not a fan of that call. 2 balls and a strike, runner at second base, close to a standing room only crowd tonight. Here's a ball hit foul, third base side, and that'll even out the count at 2.
Well, there's some major usage of those Bob Uecker seats down there, John.
The cheap seats. 2-2 the count. Galindo with a single, went to second on the wild pitch, and now Enriquez calls timeout. And here's the 2-2 pitch. It's going to be a one-hopper to Wyatt. Tyler's going to make the play at first. Over to third goes Galindo. 1 out, and that is 5 ground balls hit off Damon Ellis pitching tonight.
And that certainly is a good sign. We saw a lot of fly balls the last couple of days, especially last night from the Boise Hawks. And obviously the wind, certainly you have to take that into account, but you love this weak contact on the infield.
Here's Adeco Gonzalez, the DH. He hit a home run, his 4th of the year last night. So now a runner at third base with 1 out. Infield plays at their normal positions. No reason to bring him in this early and with a 3-run lead. Breaking ball is a called strike 1 to Gonzalez out of New York, New York.
And that's the first thing we sort of saw from Damon. Our first impression was that curveball was a good one.
Comes set at the belt. The kick, 0-1 on the way. Another swing and a miss on that. Uncle Charlie. An old-fashioned curveball strike. 0-2. Have no idea who Uncle Charlie is.
Would love to know the entomology of that word.
The 0-2. Fastball hit foul, third base side.
And for Andrew Don at home who would understand that linguistic joke, I hope you enjoyed that.
I know when there's a Hispanic pitcher throwing that curveball, it's an Uncle Tio Carlos.
Really?
Yep. Uncle Charlie. High pop-up infield. It's going to be Steve Barmakian in fair territory. Makes the catch for out number 2. At least that's what I came up with years ago.
No, I like it. I never thought about that. But sure.
Here's Tyler Jorgensen. He's had an outstanding series against the Chucks. 10 for 26. Ellis trying to get out of this inning without giving up a run after the leadoff single. Breaking ball called strike 1. So far, so good for Damon Ellis out of the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan. The 0-1 pitch. Here's the appeal. No, says the third base umpire, and it's 1-1. Of course, there was a rock and roller by the name of Ted Nugent who went as the Motor City Madman. 1-1. Breaking ball called, strike 2. Boy, he's got that pitch working tonight. Galindo at third base, 2 outs. We're in the top of the second. And Chukars by 3. Good start to this game. And there it is again, a swing and a miss. And Ellis retires 3 straight after the Galindo single. We go to the bottom of the second on your Saturday night, 28th of August. It's the Chucks 3 and the Hawks nothing. Bottom of 2, Tyler, and Steve. Van Marder, Wyatt, and Barmakian. And speaking of Tyler Peterson, what's the latest on Tyler Kelly?
Well, no update as far as how he was feeling today. The wrist is still sore, but it's nothing at the moment that would land him on the ineligible list. So it's just a matter of rest, letting it swell down a bit, and really at that point then understanding what the damage is.
Tyler Van Marder, the shortstop, leads it off. Breaking ball by Steigerwald for a called strike. Van Marder hitting .307 on the season. He's had a good series, 7 hits and 24 at-bats after he really struggled at Memorial Stadium in Boise. Next pitch inside, 1-1.
He hit probably the second deepest home run we've seen here at Melaleuca Field all year.
His second of the year. Here's a ground ball, fair ball, backhanded by the third baseman Jorgensen. The long throw brings Galindo off the bag, but he makes the tag, and there's out number 1. Now here's Tyler Wyatt. The latest Tyler on the team. Just 1 for 10 this season. He had a hit the other night.
It's only a matter before we have all 3 Tylers hitting in order in the lineup.
Right-handed hitter is Tyler Wyatt. Right-handed pitcher is Liam Steigerwald. Breaking ball, there's a strike called. Well, Kevin Green was cooking hot dogs and burgers before the ball game. Now he's going to enjoy the baseball game, shake some hands. There's a ground ball, again, this time to Jorgensen, the third baseman, and the throw is perfect. Couple of 5-3 putouts. And we'll go to Steve Barmakian, who led off the game with a bloop double down the left field line. There's been some high school football in the Rocky Mountain Rumble as 7 Utah teams came to Rexburg to play 7 Idaho teams. Last night, the Utah team swept the Idaho teams. Ground ball, it's going to be Galindo and a quick. Bottom of the second, 3 ground outs as we have played 2 on your Saturday night. Idaho Falls 3, Boise nothing. Hey. Thank you, Hunter Hiskey. It's Byron Smith, Greg White, and Miles Miller, 8-9-1 here in the top of the third to face Damon Ellis. Chukars with 3 in the first, 3 runs on 3 hits. And the Hawks had a single in the second, but nothing to show for it. Well, we have some special guests in the booth with us tonight. Hunter Hiskey's mother and father. Your names first. Let me turn your mic on.
Allison.
Allison and?
Larry.
Larry, thanks guys for coming up. You've been here all week long. Have you had a good week?
Yeah, it's been great. Oh, yes, it's been great.
Here's Byron Smith. He's the catcher. Understand it was a long road trip from Lee's Summit, Missouri.
It was super long.
What, 18 hours you said, Larry?
About
18 hours. 1-0 pitch. That's slowing away. 2 balls, no strikes. And Hunter's had a good series while you've been here. I'm sure that's makes you happy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's been fun to watch.
He's had a great year. We've enjoyed his playing and just a fine young man. Breaking ball, and where was that pitch? It's 3-0. Larry, what do y'all do for a living as far when you're back at Lee's Summit?
Well, I retired a year ago from a second job. I was a U.S. Postal Inspector for a career, and then I retired in 2005 from that. And then I stayed with the outfit and was a contractor helping with identity theft investigations for about another 15 years.
Wow, okay. Allison?
I used to teach school, but...
So did my wife.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And when I had Hunter, I became a stay-at-home mom. And I've been a stay-at-home mom ever since, even though he doesn't live there.
First pitch after the walk to Smith, Greg White. Larry, tell us about Hunter growing up as far as his athletic career. Did he play all 3 sports? Was he always into baseball? What was young Hunter like?
Young Hunter was into all the sports.
Uh-huh.
Even soccer back in the day.
Okay.
And then as he got older, the sports dropped out except for baseball. So I think 9th grade he played some football, and after that it's pretty much all baseball.
Now, Lee's Summit, Missouri, that's right by Kansas City, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I used to live in Leavenworth, Kansas, long time ago, although I was not in the penitentiary. I just wanted to clear that up right now. A lot of folks ask me that. Here's a ball hit up the middle, could be two. Van Marder's going to step on the bag himself, and it's a 6-3 double play. 2 away here in the bottom of the third. As far as high school, Hunter, what high school did Hunter go to?
He went to Rockhurst High School
Okay.
in Kansas City,
Kansas City. Graduated in
2014.
2014. And what's he been doing since, besides playing ball?
He's been doing a little coaching and teaching lessons and whatnot at a baseball facility in Illinois.
And we spend some time in the winters hunting for deer, ducks,
Okay.
and turkeys.
Well, with a name like Hunter, he's got to be hunting, correct?
Right.
I have to imagine it's pretty special, too, for him to end up on a team this year that was a one-time Kansas City Royals affiliate.
That was awesome. We love that.
Of course, Larry has his Royals hat on right now, and you know we had a pitcher 2 years ago that was from Lee Summit, Missouri, named Nathan Webb,
Yeah.
and he's still in the Kansas City organization. In fact, he was a member of the grounds crew when the Royals won the World Series, and he picked up a World Series ring.
Wow.
Oh, good.
But
Nice.
yeah, a former Chucker. So we've had 2 from Lee Summit. How big is Lee Summit?
Well, that's a good question. It's grown so much
Yeah.
since we've been there. When we lived there the first time, there was 1 high school. Now there's 4,
Okay.
plus a Catholic high school.
So,
So it's really
definitely-
grown. It's
really
gotta be.
grown. Well, Miller walks on 4 straight, and it's Jason DiCoche as we're talking with Hunter Hiskey's mom and dad, Larry and Allison. First pitch to DiCoche, down low, ball 1. Your thoughts on Idaho Falls? How do you like our city?
It's wonderful.
I love it up here.
Yeah.
I love it.
You know, there's some good hunting, Larry.
I know. I've been fishing a little bit.
You've been fishing.
I've been fishing a
Excellent.
couple of times.
Did you catch anything?
A few.
Yeah.
Trout. Yeah.
Ever been chucker hunting?
Never been.
Never been chucker hunting.
It's on my bucket list.
Count 1-1 with 2 outs. Runner at first base. Chuckers lead 3-0. And Ellis, well, he tried to look the runner back, but Miller didn't go back to the bag. This ball is hit hard. It's hit deep, and it's going to be a home run. Jason DiCoche, his 2nd home run in as many nights. And with 1 swing of the bat, it's a 3-2 score. Following the 2-out walk by Ellis to Miles Miller. Well, that wasn't any fun. Has Hunter always been a catcher when he's played baseball? Pretty much?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it has to be the toughest position to play. So it's a 3-2 game, and now here's Alejandro Rivero talking with Hunter's mom and dad. By the way, Hunter will be up 3rd in the next inning, so you got to stay here and see if we can get you a base hit. He's had a good series, as I said. 9 hits and 25 at-bats. Pop-up. Well, Hunter called it, then DeMond called it, then Hunter caught it. A little shaky, but Hiskey makes the catch for out number 3. But the Hawks score 2 on a Jason DiCoche home run. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Chuckers still lead by a 3-2 score. Bottom of 3, Chukars lead 3-2. Webb Little, Matt Feinstein, and Allison and Larry's young son, Hunter, coming to the plate this inning. The Hiskies have joined us here in the booth. We sure appreciate that.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, anytime. Has Hunter had a fun summer here in Idaho Falls?
He's had a great summer.
Good. Any idea what his plans might be during the off season?
He's getting married
Oh, that's right.
in December.
That's good, isn't it, Mom?
Oh, absolutely. Shout out to his fiance, Hunter.
That's right, the two Hunters. We've had several check-ins from them this season.
The Middletons.
The Middletons.
Great Bend, Kansas.
Where's Great Bend, Kansas?
Right in the middle.
Right in the
smack
middle.
in the middle.
This is Sam Little, had an RBI single his first time up. He's 0-2 the count on Sam. Not Sam, Webb, excuse me. They do look alike, but I know the difference. One wears 21, one wears 19. That pitch outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Hunter's getting married.
He's getting married.
Now, is Hunter your only child?
He is.
Okay. I have one child myself, so this ball's going to drop in for a base hit. Hey, Webb Little was 3 for 25 coming in. He's 2 for 2 in tonight's game, and maybe that'll get his bat going. It brings up Matt Feinstein. Matt Feinstein with 101 RBI this year. That has tied the Pioneer League record. He's had a great season. This Chukars team, they've been good from the get-go. They've struggled a little bit as of late, but maybe things will be turning around tonight.
Seems like Matt's been pretty steady the whole season.
He has. You're right, Larry. Larry, did you play sports growing up?
Mostly
foul ball?
Football mostly. Yeah.
How about you, Allison?
I was a cheerleader.
A cheerleader.
Yes.
Well, of course. Larry, the quarterback, or the football player, and Allison, the cheerleader. The count 0-1 on Matt Feinstein. Webb Little at first base with nobody out. 3-2 Chukars lead. That pitch is a called strike on the inside edge, and it's 0-2. And Matt walks out of the batter's box, readjusts his batting gloves. Waiting for their son to come to the plate. The 0-2. Maybe. There it comes. Inside, take. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You know, early on in the season, boy, Hunter was hitting double after double after double. I mean, he was a great doubles hitter, and lately he's got a more home run power. He has 4 home runs, and 3 have come against Boise. 1-2 inside again. 2-2 the count.
Maybe we'll see another one.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yep. I'll take a double, though.
Heck yeah. Let's get Webb Little in scoring position. We'll take a base hit. 3-2 the score. A throw over to first base. Let's see the book on Hunter Hiskey. See if he lied to us on his bio sheet here.
Uh-oh.
Likes to be called Hisk.
Yes.
Okay.
There we go.
There's a ball hit into left field, so back-to-back singles, and Hisk comes to the plate. Went to Southwest Baptist University.
That's correct.
He once played a college game in 18-degree weather.
We were there.
You were there.
It was cold.
Of course, a Kansas City Royals fan, and Salvador Perez, who played here in Idaho Falls. He had another home run, by the way, his 4th in 4 games.
It's amazing. He's
Yeah,
hot.
Salvi was a nice young man. And Hunter, a catcher for the Chukars as well. Here's a called strike 1 to Hunter. He likes to golf.
He loves to golf.
How about you, Larry? You like to golf?
Yeah, I like to golf, and when he was young, we would not let him tee off. Now, I think he wants me not to tee off.
0-1 the count. 2 on. The pitch outside, 1-1. And we have a question. Anything else I want Chukars fans to know about me? Hunter said, I'm an old man at heart. I enjoy a very simple lifestyle.
That sums it up.
You guys have raised them well.
Well, thank you.
So you get to know some info on Hunter. He takes that pitch inside. It's 2-1. So Hunter is going to marry Hunter.
Yes.
I love that. That's a match made in heaven right there.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
In college, he was the catcher and she was the softball pitcher. So there again, a match made in heaven.
Yeah, no doubt. That pitch outside, ball 3. Did Hunter ever pitch to Hunter and try to strike him out?
I'm not sure.
He caught her a few times when she was practicing.
Yeah.
But I don't think they've ever seen
That would be a great baby reveal if,
Oh, yeah.
Hunter was pitching to Hunter and Hunter hits the ball and it's blue or pink comes out.
That's a really good idea.
Well, thanks. 3-1. Ball hit to center field. This one is long. It's strong. It is caught at the warning track.
Just a little bit.
Oh, boy.
That quarter inch. That's what we always say, that darn quarter inch.
Normally we have wind here at Melaleuca Field. Nothing tonight, but I tell you what, Hunter gave it a ride. No doubt about that. Webb Little did move over to third base on the play. I thought he had one.
That would have been a fairy tale thing to be up here when he hit a home run.
Oh, you bet. And he nearly did. By the way, he hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark, too. That little jut out in left center field at 410 feet away. Here's Kona Quiggle. Runners at first and third with 1 out. Boy, I thought he had that one. There's the kick, the pitch to Kona. Fouls it away. 0-1 the count.
John, I'd love to throw out a special thank you for the Seifels, the host family, for Hunter and 3 other players.
You bet.
They all love him. He's awesome.
Tell you what, these host families, boy, what a great situation they're in, and I know they just love having the young men in their house for the summer. The 0-1 pitch, that's high, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, Troy and Elisa have been amazing. They've been a really good host family. All the boys have been really lucky.
Nice. I'm sure it takes some, maybe some worries out of your mind, that they're living with a nice family. 1-1 pitch, called strike, 1-2. 4 players are in that house, says Tyler.
All lefties.
All lefties.
The 2 lefty pitchers and the 2 catchers at bat lefty.
So you got Brady and Hunter and Victor and Griffin.
They all got in the same game about 2 nights ago.
Oh, that must have been fun. 1-2 count, 1 out. Chukars lead by 1. Here's the pitch to the big wave. He takes it high, 2-2. Singles by Webb Little and Matt Feinstein. Hunter Hiskey took one to the warning track. Just missed it. And the count on Quiggle is 2-2. And Hunter pops it up. Long run for the center fielder, but he's going to come in, and there's out number 3. Webb Little's going to tag, and he'll score. Didn't think it was deep enough for Webb to tag, but Billy Gardner Jr. gave him the green light, and the Chukars lead by a 4-2 score. That's Kona's second RBI of the game. And with 2 outs, Andrew Don. Has Hunter talked about Billy Gardner Jr. and the manager, and I'm sure they all get along with him.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
He's a great man.
Yeah.
He's always been kind of partial to the old school guys like Billy.
Yep. Well, I loved his quote. He's an old man at heart. Very simple lifestyle. 2 out, a run in, it's 4-2. Here's Andrew Don. He knocked in a run on a fielder's choice his first time up. I remember, are you all both from Kansas?
I am. He's from Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, okay. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, 1-1. The one thing I remember, and I lived in Kansas when I was a little kid, but in school, you learned to draw 2 things, a sunflower and the Kansas Jayhawk.
Yes. Yep.
That's all I remember from living in Kansas. And my dad used to go chucker hunting. And that's sort of where the name came about. 1-1 pitch. Don swings it, fouled it down the right field line. That's going to be out of play. And count remains 1-2.
Well, my dad and my grandpa were both hunters, and I don't ever remember them hunting for chucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of pheasant and quail.
Right.
And chucker's similar.
Yeah, exactly.
I always thought the chucker was a little further west in the United States as far as the native country.
1-2 the count. And another foul ball by Andrew Don. How'd you make it from Memphis to Kansas, Larry?
That was when I got that job as a postal inspector.
Yeah.
I didn't know where I was going when I left Memphis. At the academy, they assign you.
I see.
I had to look on the map to see where Kansas City was. But I really liked it. It's a good place. I was in St. Louis for about 8 years.
Okay. 1-2. 1 run in, 4-2. Talking to Larry and Allison Hiskey, the parents of Hunter. And another foul back by Andrew. Good battle. Don against Steigerwald.
Fans, as a reminder, we encourage you to look out for baseballs and bats that are coming into the stands, so be sure to look out.
Feels awkward hogging Tyler's airtime here.
Hey, he gets enough on the road.
He does that.
Here's a call, strike 3, and that'll do it for Idaho Falls. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left on base. Larry and Allison Hiskey, we sure appreciate you coming up to the booth to chat with us. We wish you a nice vacation, a safe trip home, and hey, tell that young man of yours he's a fine young man, and we've enjoyed watching him play.
Well, thank you
Well,
very
good.
much.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, it's
Can
been
I give
great.
a special shout out to all the family and friends in Kansas and to our future daughter-in-law, Hunter?
Okay, sounds good. Hey,
Maybe someone in Memphis might be watching too. I don't know.
yeah, hey, yeah. You know, you do have that southern drawl there, Larry.
Can't get rid of it.
Hey, thanks again for
Thank
coming.
you for having us.
We go to the top of the 4th. Chukars lead 4-2. Well, we played 3 here at Melaleuca Field. Want to thank again the Hiskies, Larry and Allison, for stopping in. Line score through 3, 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, Boise. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors, Idaho Falls. And, yep, they hogged his airtime, but he's going to take over right now. My partner to my right, Tyler Peterson.
Thanks, John, and we appreciate the Hiskies coming in. Chukars with a 4-2 lead as we are in now the top of inning number 4. Damon Ellis to face Galindo, Enriquez, and Gonzalez, the heart of this order. Just 1 fly ball in this game, and it was off the bat of Jason Dicochea. Other than that, 2 pop-ups, a strikeout, and the rest are groundouts.
And unfortunately, that fly ball nobody could catch.
Yeah, unfortunately went over that wall.
Yes, it did.
And unfortunately, when that happens, it means 2 runs score on a 2-run home run by Jason Dicochea.
Quick check of some scores. Missoula 5, Ogden nothing, and Billings leads Great Falls 6-3. That's only in the 2nd inning, so a lot of time for the Voyagers to come back.
Galindo singled on a ground ball in the 2nd inning. He has one of the Hawks' 2 hits. First pitch is high to Vladimir Galindo. The Highway Series MVP.
And well-deserved.
This pitch is inside on Galindo. He has to get out of the way.
I think if the Chukars had have won the series, it would have been Matt Feinstein.
Both of those players leading the head-to-head in home runs. Here's a breaking ball for a called strike. Wouldn't be surprised to see that another or even two more times here against big Vladimir Galindo. There is that breaking ball, and there is a called strike too. Two from Ellis. Here's his pitch on its way. There's the curveball. It's fouled away. Great crowd here tonight, and have to call out that green section down the left field line, John, the ICCU fans, all in their green, the members and their families. Here's a breaking ball just a bit inside for ball 3.
So one thing about Idaho Central Credit Union, they know how to promote events. They go all out, and hats off to that organization.
They certainly have caught my eye. Pitch to the plate, that's down low. Did he go? No, says the first base umpire. It's a walk for Vladimir Galindo.
ICCU sponsors, of course, heavily Idaho State University and local high school sports as well.
Well, I see you, ICCU. Here's Enriquez, left-handed hitter. Nobody out here in the top of the 4th. 4-2 Chucks. First pitch to the plate, that's inside. 1-0 to Robbie Enriquez. Short lead for Galindo at first, very short lead. Enriquez, a ground ball foul down the first base line. 1-1 now. I knew Andrew Don was listening. And he even has, John, the etymology of the name Uncle Charlie. Here's the 1-1 from Ellis. There's an Uncle Charlie ground to Webb Little. He'll go to second for 1. Van Marter back to first, not in time, as Enriquez runs right into the umpire, Stu Portella. So it's a fielder's choice for Enriquez, and Webb, with as close as he was to the bag, could have gone to first and then gone to second, but I think as a first baseman, sort of a converted first baseman, you go where your instincts take you, and his instincts took him to second.
I would agree 100%. I think if you've played first base your entire life, you might take that one step to the bag and then make the throw, but Webb got the lead runner, and that's what you need to get.
So the out goes 3-6 on Galindo, and now here's Udeco Gonzalez. First pitch to Gonzalez, a ground ball toward Wyatt, a diving stop, flips to Van Marter onto first, a double play!
A new Tyler.
A new Tyler to Tyler combination, Wyatt to Van Marter to Little at first, and the inning is over. What a play on the dive to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th, 4-2 Chucks on KSPZ 980. Welcome back to our ball game. Sam Little steps in the box against Liam Steigerwald. The first pitch, breaking ball, called strike one. Tyler Peterson and John Balgini bring you tonight's game. 4-2, the Chucks lead in the bottom of the fourth. This is game 8 of 9 in this series. It's almost over. Pitch to Sam, that's hit to center. White stops, goes back. Now, in front of the warning track, he squares up and makes the catch on that line drive.
Well, even the outs by Sam, they've been very, very hard.
2 fly balls to center for Sam Little. He's 0 for 2, and here's Tyler Van Marter. No, definitely, John, I mean, we've seen a much better series for Sam Little altogether.
You know, he's getting more playing time, more at-bats, getting back into the groove, if you will, and, yeah, Sam Little, he might be DHing when Debo comes back.
First pitch to Van Marter is down low, and we're hoping we can get Thomas DeBonneville probably back for that Billings series, but it's all a matter of how the back feels.
You know, one thing, he's been out, 2 weeks now, and when you haven't faced live pitching for that long, it sometimes takes a while to get back into the groove, and that might be the situation, but I know Debo can't wait to get back in the lineup.
Pitch to Van Marter, that's hit to right center, over is White, fairly deep, he's in the gap, he runs it down in front of the warning track for out number 2.
2 hard hit balls, and the speedy Greg White chases them down.
Here's Tyler Wyatt, but like you're saying, Debo, especially with the swings he takes, that back has to be ready because he really swings hard, all the way around extension. And if he's not feeling right, if the bat speed is slow, it'll take him a while to get back into sort of that 100%.
By the way, that's 5 putouts for Greg White in center.
There's a strike called to Tyler Wyatt. I feel like the Hiskies are still here. I completely forgot that I had this headset on. Here's a called strike to Tyler Wyatt. It's 1-2.
I was thinking, well, maybe he thinks I'm doing the play-by-play. I looked at you and...
1-2 pitch. That's down low. 2-2. Tyler Wyatt. Base is empty. 2 away. Steigerwald from the mound. The pitch to the plate. Wyatt takes just off the plate. Smith was ready to head back to the dugout, but
so was Steigerwald.
It's a full count. It's 3-2.
Pitch was outside.
Three and two, 2 outs. Liam Steigerwald from the motion. Here's his pitch, swung on and missed, way outside. Wyatt chases, and for Steigerwald, his second strikeout of the ball game. It's another quick inning, a 1-2-3 inning. The second one, for Steigerwald. It's still 4-2 on KSPZ 980. And welcome back to Chukars Baseball. Tyler Peterson and John Balgini. And you, our listeners, and if you are here at the stadium, we would love to hear from you. If you're on Twitter or on Facebook, on YouTube, we'd love to hear from you as well. It's 4-2. The Chukars leading the Boise Hawks. The Hawks have won the Traffic Cone Trophy because they've won 13 games. But if you're here right now and listening to tonight's game, I'd appreciate a little bit of a wave. If you could just give me a wave. If you're here, Michael, there's 2, there's 3, 4, 5. Any other waves? 6, 7, 8, 9 folks. Thank you so much for following along KSPZ 980 with us, folks. Tyler Jorgensen, the third baseman, to lead it off for Boise. First pitch on its way. That is just outside.
You know, tomorrow's the last Madres game of the season.
It is the last Madres game of the season, John, and we would love people to see those beautiful Madre jerseys. Here's a pitch that's popped up, out of play.
Well, I have 3 4-packs ready
my.
to give away.
3 4-packs.
Yep, for Sunday's game.
Well, folks, if you want those free tickets, just let us know you're checking in. Let us know you want those tickets for tomorrow. And you can let us know on Twitter, on Facebook, or on our YouTube live stream. Again, 4 tickets for 3 different folks. So 12 tickets in total. The 2-1 on its way. That's a called strike 2. 2-1 to Jorgensen. It is our Toyota 5th inning check-in. A ground ball down the third base line, but foul to Gary Van Tall. And John, it's only the 4th to last home game as well. 1 more home game tomorrow, and then we don't play another home game until September the 8th. A 3-game series with Great Falls to close it all out. Here's a pitch over the mound toward Wyatt at second. He gets the ball. He throws strongly to first in time. And Tyler Wyatt, the defense, John, certainly has been there for him.
He's been busy as well at second base. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chances at second base tonight.
And, of course, as a corner guy, as an outfielder, as a third baseman, he's got to have a strong arm, and he does. Here's Byron Smith, the catcher. Smith walked in his first plate appearance, and the first pitch is a curveball hit foul.
Voyagers chipping away at that Billings lead. It's now 6-4 Billings, and they're still in the bottom of the third. Missoula continues to lead Ogden 5-0.
Here's the 0-1 to the plate. That's swung on and missed.
You know, Damon Ellis, after getting roughed up pretty hard by the Hawks in a Voyagers uniform and a Chukars uniform, his last 2 starts here at the Luke have been great.
They have been fantastic. Here's a pitch that's fouled back. In fact, all 3 of his starts here at Melaleuca have been fantastic, including his Chukars debut against the Raptors. He took the win in that game, 6 innings, 3 earned runs, and only 5 hits to that prolific Raptors offense. Curveball to Smith, grounded to third. Barmakian is there. He gets up, he throws across the diamond in time to Webb Little. 5-3 ground out. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ground outs for Damon Ellis. And now a 2 away. Here's Greg White. And who wants free tickets to Sunday? Oh, Andy Nichols says, oh man, I need 4.
Well, Andy's got him.
And the first pitch of Greg White is fouled away. So Andy Nichols, you are our first winner tonight. You will enjoy 4 tickets to Sunday's ball game.
Don't forget a 4 o'clock start on Sundays.
And these are courtesy of Sandhill Media.
The 0-1 pitch, that's inside, 1-1. So we still have 2 more winners out there. Let us know if you need tickets to tomorrow. The next pitch is down low, now 2-1. Ellis from the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch on its way. Curveball high. It's 3-1. Damon Ellis to the plate. That's down low. No, a called strike. Right on the outside corner. Now 3-2. Megan and Jackson are here in the park, and they said they would like some tickets. Well, Megan and Jackson, you can come and claim those at the press box if you'd like. You checked in with us on Facebook, and strike 3 called to Greg White on the outside corner. Ellis, his second strikeout, his first strikeout looking, and he has not allowed a hit since the 3rd inning. Another 1-2-3 inning for the Chucks. We head to the bottom of the 5th, still 4-2 on KSPZ 980. Welcome back to our game, ladies and gentlemen. It's 4-2 in the bottom of the 5th. Tyler Peterson and John Balgini bringing you this game. Stephen Balin on assignment tonight, so we have just a little bit more intimate single camera show for you on Facebook. Steve Barmakian takes just inside. We'd love to hear from you if you are out there. We had a check-in from the family of Tyler Jorgensen the other day, and this is outside. So if any Hawks families are watching, we'd love to hear from you as well. You're part of this broadcast, and we appreciate you listening and watching tonight to Chukars and Hawks baseball. 2-0 to Barmakian. That's fouled back now, 2-1. Barmakian, a leadoff double to begin the ball game, and then was knocked in by Webb Little 2 pitches later on a ball that was pretty much exactly the same. A bloop into left field, a shallow fly ball. 2-1 to Barmakian, a ground ball up the middle. It has eyes, and that's a single. Center fielder Greg White throws it in. A leadoff single for Steve Barmakian. And as far as the Hawks are concerned, he goes as the Chukars go, or the other way around. Barmakian, certainly a catalyst at the top of the lineup against this Boise team.
Well, the 1-2-3 hitters so far tonight, 5 of 7. They'll make it 5 of 6.
5 hits, a walk, and a ground out. Webb is 2 for 2, and love to see him with another multi-hit game for Webb. It's the 19th time he has 2 hits in a game. First pitch, that's low in the dirt. Here goes Barmakian to second. It's a wild pitch. And all of a sudden, a man in scoring position. No one out in the inning. Webb back into the box. Rests the bat on his shoulder. Steigerwald look at second from the stretch. Here's the pitch to the plate. Webb, a half swing and a miss. It's 1-1. The Middletons checking in from Wilson Lake with the Wilts, the Browns. Of course, that's the family of Hunter Hiskey's fiance. And they said, great job, Hiskies, John and Tyler. Pitch to the plate. Oh, look out, Gardy. He never moved, and a ball whizzed right by his back at third base.
The old veteran at third base, Billy Gardner Jr.
He's seen a
few of those.
few of those in his time. College football starting today. We'll be in the thick of it soon. Week 0, as they call it. Here's a pitch that's popped up. Same spot for Webb. Will this drop? Jorgensen getting turned around. It's out of his glove. To second goes Webb Little. And, boy, that's going to be tough. It hit Tyler Jorgensen right in the heel of the glove. We're going to, well, we don't have the YouTube replay tonight, but we are thinking that is going to be an error all the way around. I looked inside and looked to my left, looked to my right, and I think we're all in agreement. John, myself, Leonard Berry, that was an error by Tyler Jorgensen, a 2-base error. It was a tough play, but, you know, he did get to the spot.
Yes, he did. Now the Hawks bring the infield in with 2 on and nobody out.
And for Matt Feinstein. First pitch, a little blooper towards center field. Will anyone catch it? No, it drops. Here comes Barmakian. He'll score. The throw will go to second, which means Webb Little will score. A 2-run single for Matt Feinstein. And there it is, John. The new Pioneer League record at 103.
And they're going to ask for the baseball. Caden White, he's the one who asked for the baseball, and 103 RBI for Matt Feinstein, and Galindo gives it to him and pats him on the back.
And he's going to get an ovation here.
Boy, 1, 2, 3 really doing their job tonight. 6 hits by the 1, 2, 3 guys.
Here's Hunter Hiskey. Got pretty close to hitting it out in his last at-bat. This is in the dirt. 1-0. Well, there's some history for you. Matt Feinstein, he now holds the record that Lyle Overbay held since 1999. The 1-0 pitch, that's down low. 2-0 now to Hisk. 6-2, the Chucks lead now here in the bottom of the 5th. And now here comes Smith. Going to come out and talk to Steigerwald.
Update from Great Falls. Voyagers 7, Mustangs 6.
Ooh. How about that? I'll have to see what has happened in that ball game. John, it's only the bottom of the 3rd. Good Lord.
Missoula still up on Ogden 5-0, and the Chukars here lead 6-2, so far so good on a Saturday night.
The Voyagers still batting in the bottom of the 3rd. No outs, 2 men on. They've already scored 3 times as Hiskey hits it to center. White comes in. He makes the catch on the fly ball, and there's 1 away. Well, Hunter Hiskey is consistent. 3 fly ball outs to center field, and there's 1 away. So Webb Little's run will be unearned, but 1 earned for Steigerwald in this inning. Now Kona Quiggle, the big wave. Let's see if he can hit a big fly. 2 RBI already.
Chukars doing some nickel and diamond on the Hawks. 7 hits, 6 singles.
First pitch, that's fouled away. Well, you know, John, I take my nickels and dimes home and I roll those into a nice crisp $5 bill. Take it to the bank. So.
And Abe Lincoln?
And Abe Lincoln. So Matt Feinstein as well, taking his change and making a little bit of cash out of it. And he cashed in 2 runs. Did that metaphor have any water whatsoever? Here's the pitch to the plate, and Quiggle takes low. Oh, I got to get back to Andrew Don's etymology of the term Uncle Charlie.
Yeah, let's hear about Uncle Charlie.
An early nickname of the curveball was Uncle Charlie, derived from the name of Harvard President Charles Eliot, who was opposed to the adoption of the curveball and considered it to be cheating. Hiskey takes low. They'll peel to second. No swing.
We talked about the crowd tonight. How about 3,285 at the Luke, including we surpassed 100,000 again this year.
2-1 to Kona Quiggle. There goes Feinstein. The pitch is fouled away.
So the curveball you thought was a cheating pitch, huh?
I guess so. And I hope that you caught, Andrew, and I think you would have, because you're pretty sharp, and I believe you are a lawyer, so you pay attention to speech, but I did use the term, I wanted to know what the entomology of the word was, so I hope you caught that joke. And Andy, yes, those tickets will be at Will Call for you tomorrow. As there goes Matt Feinstein, he takes second. It's 3-2.
7th stolen base for Matt.
Hey, the Quiggles are here, John. We made it to chilly Idaho, they say. Good game.
From Phoenix, where it was 105 last night.
And there's ball 4 inside. Kona walks.
No activity in the Hawks bullpen.
And now here's Andrew Don, but first, Mick Van Kampen's going to come out, the pitching coach for the Hawks, and talk things over with Liam Steigerwald, who, I don't want to say he's pitched all that badly, but the Chukars, the bats have come alive tonight for sure.
Check the scoreboard in the Pioneer League. Missoula 5, Ogden nothing. Great Falls leads Billings 7-6. Not good news for the Hawks. Grand Junction leads Rocky Mountain 7-1.
And I believe we still have one more 4-pack to give away, John. And those will go to Marla Harris. Congratulations, Marla. (6-2) the Hawks lead. So first and second for Andrew Don.
We'll see Marla at the ballpark tomorrow.
Don has an RBI in this game. He's 0 for 2 though. Got that RBI on a fielder's choice. The first pitch to Andrew Don. He swings, hits this over the glove of Dico Chea into center field. They're going to send Feinstein. White to throw the ball into second. It's an RBI single for Andrew Don. And like that double the other night, that is a hit that Don needs. (7-2) the Chukars lead. He had a ball like that, John, last night that I thought was into left center field, but Rivero leapt and caught it. That time, just over the glove of Dico Chea. Here's Sam, 2 men on. One man out. A 3 spot for the Chucks here in the bottom of the 5th. Steigerwald to the plate. Sam swings, line drive, past Rivero into center field. They're sending Kona. The throw into second. Cut off. 8-2 Chukars.
Apparently Billy Gardner Jr. knows something about Greg White's arm because he sent him no hesitation, and White didn't even try to make the throw home.
No stop sign tonight, and back-to-back RBI singles on back-to-back pitches.
And Sam Little has another base hit and an RBI.
Van Marter, the 8th man to come to the plate here. And this is a single into center field. That's a base hit. Here comes Andrew Don. He will score. Tyler Van Marter, an RBI single. Back-to-back-to-back RBI singles on back-to-back-to-back pitches.
That is the 9th single out of 10 base hits for the Chukars tonight.
Tyler Wyatt is announced. Will Gary Van Tall come out?
A right-hander just beginning to throw in the Hawks bullpen.
And Van Kampen already has gone out there once. First and third for Wyatt. He can pick up his first Chukars RBI here. The first pitch, that's a curveball down low.
And still only one away.
It's first and third for the Chucks. Bottom of the 5th, now 9-2. You want to talk about something escalating quickly, that did. And that one inside for ball 2.
The Chukars lead the league in doubles, they lead the league in triples and second in home runs, but tonight it's been the small ball by the Chucks.
Steigerwald to the plate. Wyatt, a foul ball. Now 2-1. Two and one away. Steigerwald to the plate, wide, a pop fly. That will reach the Brady's hot tub picnic area. And the hot tub getting some use tonight. I see a family using it tonight. 2 great barbecues out here tonight, and that'll, of course, contribute to the great crowd, the best of the homestand, 32-85. 2-2 to Wyatt. The pitch is swung on a miss. Chased the high fastball. And now there's 2 away. But the man who led off this inning now at the plate, it's Steve Barmakian. So we'll blow out a column in our scorebooks.
But it's good. It's on the right side of the scorebook.
The right side, the correct side. First and third for the Chucks, 2 outs. First pitch to Steve, he fouls it off.
Barmakian has the only extra base hit, that bloop job down the left field line to start the game off. But Barmakian, Little, and Feinstein combined now are 6 of 8. And they have scored 6 runs. No, make it 7 runs.
Steigerwald to the plate. Barmakian takes inside now, 1-1. A 4-run inning. Or excuse me, a 5-run inning for the Chucks.
We mentioned Abe Lincoln earlier in the inning.
We did, and here it is. That pitch, just a bit inside, 2-1. (9-2) the Chucks lead. Pitch to Barmakian. That's a strike on the outside corner. 2-2, 2 outs. Pitch to Steve is high and outside. Now 3-2 with 2 outs. So the runner at first, that's Tyler Van Marter. He'll get started here. Barmakian, who already has 2 hits. Readies this pitch and it's ripped into right field. Down the line. Extra bases. No, Barmakian slips. He's got to get up. 1 run scores. 2 runs will score, and Steve does indeed make it into second base as he blew a tire as he was about to run round first base. It's a 2-run double. It's his 8th game this year where he has 3 hits in a ball game, and now 11 runs on 11 hits for the Chucks.
And I think Gary Van Tall's on the top step of the dugout.
And that'll do it. This pitching change is brought to you by the Smith Group, simplifying the car buying experience for 100 years. We will be back on KSPZ 980, and we'll tell you about the new pitcher. Your home for Fox Sports and Idaho Falls Chukars baseball is KSPZ 980, the Sports Zone. Welcome back to the bottom of the 5th, and what a bottom of the 5th it has been. 11 runs for the Chucks, and 7 of which they've come in this inning. So Liam Steigerwald, he has departed. Luke Dawson is in, and for Steigerwald, not a good performance as we saw last time.
4 2/3, 11 hits, 11 runs thus far, 10 earned. He walked 2, he struck out 3, and he's in line for his 3rd loss of the season.
Luke Dawson into this ball game. Dawson, his 25th appearance, an ERA of 8.37. He will get mop-up duty tonight. And he will try to get out of this 5th inning. There's 2 away. And again, as junior official score, John, those last 2 runs that Barmakian hit should be unearned, correct?
You are correct, sir.
All right.
So 8 of the 11 earned off Steigerwald.
Here's Webb Little. First pitch to the plate, that's a called strike on the outside. Now here's my next question for you, because we saw this sort of come into play last time. If Dawson was to give up a run that would be attributed to him, it would be earned for him, but team unearned? Is that how it works?
That's how it works.
Okay.
If Webb would go deep right here, it would be an earned run against the pitcher, but an unearned run against the team. And I'd love to see that happen right here. Webb 2 for 3, has scored 3 runs, knocked in one, his 97th.
The 11th man to bat in this 5th inning. 11-2, the Chucks lead.
Chucks have a great chance to have 2 players with over 100 RBI this year.
Here's a pitch that's fouled back, out of play.
Webb's only 3 away from the century mark.
And here's the thing too, John. Matt Feinstein set the Pioneer League record tonight, but that doesn't mean he'll be the one at the end of the season with the record.
That is correct.
1-2 to Webb Little. Chuck's desperate for Webb to heat back up. Desperate to get Thomas DeBonville back in the lineup. They'll need these bats red hot as we approach playoff season. Just 10 more games after tonight.
Well, Webb had 3 hits in the first 7 games. He has 2 hits tonight.
Now time is called at the plate. 1-2 to Webb with Barmakian at second. 2 outs. Dawson set on the mound. His pitch to the plate, Webb takes inside, now 2-2. On deck is Feinstein, who had a 2-run single this inning. And it seems like that just happened, because it did. Another way, it feels like a long time ago. Two and two, 2 outs. Dawson's pitch to the plate. That's swung on, fouled away. Nothing wrong with the small ball, says Jeffrey Lufkin. Nice inning, Chuckers. Of course. Nothing wrong. In fact, I really like small ball. Two and two, 2 outs. Dawson is set. Can he put the kibosh on this inning, or will it continue? That's swung on and missed by Webb. He chased. Dawson, his first strikeout, and the inning is over. But how about 7 runs on 6 hits, an error, and a man left on base? We move to the top of inning number 6. It's 11-2 Idaho Falls on KSPZ 980. Welcome back to our ball game. Damon Ellis, well, he's working with a 9-run lead now, as the Chucks have an 11-2 lead. And of course, we want to say hi to more folks who are checking in with us, or who did check in with us, and I just was not able to get to you because it was so So exciting, that bottom of the fifth, but Andrew, I knew you would catch that, my entomology joke. I did mix metaphors, though, you're right, between the holding water and the change exchange. But he says no one likes a Harvard whiner. Interesting. Curveball, strike one. Well, we don't have any Harvard men, but we did have a Yale man, Mr. Eric Brodkowitz, who is no longer on the team. And, of course, Matt Feinstein, an Ivy Leaguer himself, went to Dartmouth. Miles Miller fouls us out of play. It's 0-2. 7 runs on 6 hits and an error. Chucks have been waiting for a big inning like that. Oh, 0-2 to Miller. Pitch on its way. That is swung on. Hit toward left center. Over is Feinstein in the gap. He stops. He's there. He makes a one-handed catch. And there's one away. And for Damon Ellis, that's now 5 straight he's retired. Now Jason DiCochea, who in his last at-bat hit a 2-run home run. He swings and fouls that away. It's 0-1. It was a ball that was hit toward that left center field area over that Firehouse sub sign. This is high. It's 1-1. 2 runs on 2 hits and 1 error for Boise. 11 runs on 11 hits and no errors for Idaho Falls. One more game tomorrow, a 4 o'clock game, a Sunday game. And this is just inside. Fastball from Damon at 89, and it's 2-1. Damon to the plate. That is strike 2 called. Curveball that looked a little bit outside, but Hiskey a good frame. He gets the call. Two and 2 now to DiCochea. Ellis to the plate. It's, off of the bat of DiCochea. It looked like it hit him in the head. He ducked and it hit the bat. Well, we saw DiCochea get hit in the head earlier this series, so that's your first reaction is not again. But no, it hit the bat. Thankfully. Because that left his bat as hard as he's hit any ball tonight. There's another curveball, and that one does hit DiCochea. So in the end, he gets hit. Instead, he gets hit with a curveball, though. One out, hit by a pitch. And now here's Alejandro Rivero. Debbie Eskridge still in California.
She'll be home tomorrow night.
Go Voyagers, she says. First pitch to Rivero, a called strike.
By the way, Debbie, I just talked to Bill. He's minding his P's and Q's while you're gone.
Fans here in section L2. Appreciate that. Sophia. That's inside. It's 1-1. Tracy McGinnis watching from Florida. Keep going, Chukars. 1-1 to Rivero. Swing and a miss over that breaking ball. 1-2. Damon at 77, now 78 pitches as that's down low. It goes to 2-2. I could see him pitching into the 7th if he can wrap up Rivero here and maybe get a double play ball. Dicoche not being held on. This is hit very high toward left field. Out is Van Marter. In is Feinstein. Feinstein calls off Van Marter as he practically reaches the infield dirt. He makes the catch, and there's 2 away.
And that's the right play. Outfielders should call out any infielder where he can get to the ball, and Matt made the catch.
Yeah, it's always easier when you're coming in.
Yes.
Not when your back is to the ball and you're sort of trailing it like you're hitting a post route.
Or backpedaling.
Now Galindo, who has not been retired tonight. DeMond to the plate, that's down low. It's 1-0. A single for Galindo to right field. Sort of a weak ground ball. And then a walk in the 4th inning. Dicochea at first, 11-2 Chukars. Ellis to the plate, curveball swung on and missed. A big swing by Galindo, and he comes up empty.
No changes in those scores. Missoula 5-1 over Ogden. Great Falls 7-6 over Billings.
1-1 to Galindo. I want to say hi to Jan Quiggle watching in Michigan. 1-1 pitch. That swung on, fouled back. And he lunged at that pitch almost as if it was sort of like a hit and run play. But he fouls it back, 1-2. Fastball from DeMond at 91. Ellis to the plate, fastball swung on and fouled away. For the Chukars in the next half inning, Feinstein, Hiskey, and Quiggle.
Must be hot in the next booth. They're waving around some papers, trying to get some fresh air.
This is just a bit high. It's 2-2. Either that or some of those nasty yellow jackets we've seen. Oh, actually, yeah, they are trying to get some fresh air, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They're having a blast next door.
Here's a pitch grounded foul toward the Hawks dugout.
Guess you might say they're having a gas next door.
Back in the box is Galindo. Slight shift in center field toward right center. And now we have time. Dicochea was off with the stride of DeMond Ellis, but there was time at the plate. Charlie Chukar trying to get the wave started here. Charlie running atop the Chukars dugout. Ellis to the plate, that's high. It's ball 3. And now it'll be a full count to Galindo on pitch 8. So Dicochea will get started. And I do believe this is a situation where you will see that good DeMond Ellis curveball, but we'll see what Hiskey calls. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball. No, it's the curveball. It swung on and missed at 77 miles an hour. Down low, Galindo K's. And it's the 3rd strikeout of the game for DeMond Ellis. We move on to the bottom of the 6th. Still 11-2 Chukars on KSPZ 980. Welcome back to our ball game. It's the bottom of the sixth. Tyler Peterson and John Balgini live on KSPZ 980, live on YouTube. And here's Matt Feinstein, who in his last at bat broke the Pioneer League record with 103 RBI. 2 singles for Matt, 2 RBI. He's been on base 3 times. He's walked. He scored 2 runs. The first pitch from Dawson. That's a breaking ball for a called strike 1. Feinstein sitting at 19 home runs and 103 RBI. Pitch to the plate. That's fouled back to the screen. We'll check our Pioneer League scoreboard and see if we have any updates for you. Great Falls still leads 7-6 over Billings in Great Falls. The Paddleheads 5, the Ogden Raptors 1. That's in the top of the 7th. And the Grand Junction Rockies lead 10-1 in Rocky Mountain. Here's the pitch to the plate from Dawson on its way, and that's taken just outside. It's 1-2. And now Matt on 2 strikes. He calls time. Pitch to the plate, Feinstein fouls it off. Still 1-2. This pitch, that's strike 3 called on the outside. Feinstein not happy with that call. He says it was off the plate, but he walks back to the dugout with his bat in his hand. And in a 9-run ball game, you're going to get a slightly expanded strike zone. Now here's Hunter Hiskey, who is 0 for 3 tonight. 3 fly balls to center, 1 which nearly left the yard. That's a strike on the outside. Dawson has faced 2 batters and struck them both out. That was Webb Little for the final out of the 5th and Matt for the first out of the 6th. Here's a pitch lined in the left. There's a base hit for Hunter Hiskey. The 12th for the Chucks. And now with 1 away and a man on, another lefty, it's Kona Quiggle. The big wave is 1 for 1. RBI single in the first, a sacrifice fly in the third, and then a walk in the 5th. He later came around to score. Just 2 extra base hits in this ball game, both from the same man, Steve Barmakian. And this is fouled away by Quiggle on pitch 1. It's 0-1. Steve, a 3-hit night. He's scored 2 runs. He's driven in 2. Dawson to the plate. Quiggle, a line drive to right field. In is Enriquez. He will make a chest-high catch. Back to first is Hunter Hiskey. A line out to right by Quiggle. And he is retired for the first time tonight, unproductively. And now here's Andrew Dawn. Donnie in the 5th had a single to right. It was an RBI single. He bats with 2 men on, or 2 men out, 1 man on. This breaking ball called strike one. Don at the plate. Pitch to the plate, that's swung on and fouled into the screen. Toward the Chukars dugout, it's now 0-2 to Andrew. It will be big for Idaho Falls if Andrew Don can get hot again. The month of August has not been kind to him. Done the majority of his damage in the first half of the season. Dawson to the plate. Don takes low and outside. 1-2. He's still batting at .329. But to get an understanding of how hot he was batting up near .380. Pitch to Don, a half swing. Did he go? He takes strike three called. The inning is over. Dawson, 2 Ks in the inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, a man left on base. We head to the top of inning number 7. 11-2 Chukars on KSPZ 980. Top of inning number 7, it's still 11-2 Chukars, and it's still Damon Ellis. He has pitched extremely well today. Just one mistake. One mistake, John. A Jason DiCochia home run back in the 3rd inning. Other than that, he's been pretty lights out. He's only allowed 2 hits this whole ball game. Enriquez, Gonzalez, and Jorgensen, the first 3 hitters. Make sure you join us tomorrow for our final Copa Idaho Falls Madres Sunday. They've been good this year, the Madres. When the Chucks wear those Madres jerseys, they are 11-2. Of course, it took them for a whole week to face the Rocky Mountain Vibes. So they're 6-0 on the road and 5-2 at home. Now, we thought about bringing them to play the Boise Hawks, John, but unfortunately, their jerseys, the Boise Papas Fritas, are the exact same color as the Madre jerseys, so that would have never worked. First pitch to Robbie Enriquez, high and outside. That's a called strike one now. 1-1 to Enriquez. Damon Ellis to the plate. Here's a ground ball into right field, a base hit. That'll bring up Ideco Gonzalez, who last night put a charge into a 2-run shot.
Number 7, designated hitter, Ideco Gonzalez.
Still 7-6, Great Falls over Billings. That game only in the 5th inning, though. The runner will move on defensive indifference. Down to second goes Enriquez. Not being held on, no one went to cover the bag. Pitch to the plate, Gonzalez takes a strike. It's 1-1. If you look at the rule for defensive indifference, it's interesting because it says you have to take into account all factors of what the defense is trying to do. So situation is important. It says curveball drops in for 1-2. So the situation, it's a 9-run lead. If the runner is being held on, that's significant. He was not. If the catcher attempts a throw, he did not. And if someone goes to cover the base, they did not. So the defense was completely indifferent to where Enriquez was on the base paths. Here's a swing and a miss on a beautiful curveball, and Gonzalez strikes out for the 4th victim of Damon Ellis.
That's another strikeout brought to you by Combo Juice. Now batting, number 24.
Missoula 5, Ogden 1, and the Raptors have had an under 500 second half. They're 17-19. On their way to 17-20 as this is high to Jorgensen. Jorgensen a strikeout and a ground out. And I was looking earlier today at the records from the first half. Missoula only lost 13 times in the first half. 1-0, that's a called strike. They've lost already 16 times here in the second. Idaho Falls lost only 14 times in the first half. Here we're already at 18 losses. So a lot more parity here. Here's a ball hit to center field by Jorgensen. That'll get down for a base hit. Kona to throw the ball in. They'll hold Enriquez at third as the Webb Little, the cutoff man, fields it. It's first and third now with 1 out. As a lefty gets loose, that looks like Griffin Bremer. As Byron Smith steps to the plate. The last time the Chukars were under 500 at any point this season, first half or second half, was July 17. They started out the second half 0-1. Okay, so they've only been under 500 for one game in the second half. They were still 34-15 though. First pitch to Smith is a called strike. The last time they've truly been under 500, you have to go back to May the 31st when they were 4-5 against the Missoula Paddleheads. Here's a ball hit to right field. Back is Sam Little. He's in front of the track. He's there. He makes the catch. Tagging from third is Robbie Enriquez. He will score on the Byron Smith sacrifice fly. And now it's 11-3. Jorgensen still at first. And now here's Greg White. Ellis to the plate. That is a curveball for strike one. Greg White, not as good as we've seen him in some games this series. 0 for 2, a double play and a strikeout. Ellis looks back Jorgensen, who scuttles back to the bag. No one was holding him on. Chukars were only under 500 for 3 games this year, as this is chopped toward Gary Van Tol. It's 0-2. Off on the pitch was Jorgensen. Back on May the 29th, they lost to the Missoula Paddleheads. They went 3-4. They lost the next night at 3-5. Then they won back-to-back games after that, as this hits White on the shoulder. Second hit by pitch for Damon Ellis. And now here's the leadoff man, Miles Miller. So they want Damon Ellis to walk off the mound this inning with the ball in his hand. They don't want it to have to be taken away from him. Damon is right at 99 pitches. And here's number 100, Miller, a ground ball foul. We didn't see 100-pitch pitch counts until well into the season. Of course, having to build up these pitchers from a whole off-season, guys who just were not used to pitching this much in a single game or all over. As this is hit to left field, Feinstein is giving a look. That'll get into the picnic area. Foul, a quick 0-2. Miller chokes up. The 0-2 pitch from Damon, swung on, hit to center field. That's a base hit for Miles Miller. They're going to send Jorgensen round third. He will score, and now it's 11-4. And here comes Billy Gardner Jr. So Damon Ellis gave it a shot. He will not, however, get out of this inning. He will go 6 2/3. This pitching change brought to you by the Smith Group, simplifying the car buying experience for 100 years. We'll be back and tell you about the new pitcher on KSPZ, the Sports Zone, your home for Fox Sports and the Idaho Falls Chukars. The first man out of the bullpen tonight for Billy Gardner is Griffin Bremer, the lefty. He replaces Damon Ellis.
Damon Ellis, 6 2/3, gave up just 5 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He struck out 4, walked 2, tossed a wild pitch, hit 2 batters, but he's in line for his 7th win of the season and his first against the Hawks.
Bremer, a great bounce-back game in his last outing. 6 games now for Griffin. He's 0-1 with a 5.59 ERA. 9 innings, 9 2/3 innings actually. and 12 strikeouts. He'll face Jason DiCochea. Men at first and second. At second is Greg White. At first is Miles Miller. A lot of speed on those base paths for DiCochea, who hit a 2-run home run back in the third inning. First pitch, Bremer to the plate. That swung on, fouled away. Fastball at 88 by Griffin Bremer. Nick Floyd will get the first start against the Billings Mustangs on Wednesday, but tomorrow it'll be Jake Binder to close out the series against the Hawks. Bremer to the plate, that's low. Binder took the loss on Monday. 5 innings, he allowed 4 runs on 7 hits. Didn't pitch badly, but that was the shutout game, John. That's when the Hawks won 9-0. And Mitch Lyons, who pitched those 7 shutout innings, will be on the mound tomorrow. 1-1 to DiCochea. Bremer to the plate. DiCochea swings and fouls it away again. Fastball at 84. Now 1-2. Two men on, 2 men out. In a 7-run ball game, it's 11-4. Bremer looking into Hiskey. Bremer comes set. The 1-2, that is a breaking ball. Ooh, looked like middle of a cross up there, and now Hunter Hiskey is going to go out and talk to Griffin Bremer. You saw Hiskey come up to sort of catch what he thought was a fastball, and then he sort of moved awkwardly to catch it about his chest. Make sure they got the signs correctly, and with 2 outs and a man at second, sometimes with that man at second you change up the signs. You go maybe outs +1 or outs +2 or whatever it might be. Switch it up a little bit. You just don't drop down a finger. Two and two, 2 outs. There's a swing and a miss. Oh, excuse me, a swing and a foul ball. Still 2 and 2. That went all the way out to the parking lot. Swing by DiCochea could make this game interesting. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt. It's 3 and 2. He already has a home run in this game. 2 runs in this inning for the Hawks. On deck is Rivero. A 3-run home run here could make it a 4-run ball game. Of course, we would not want to see that. Or those who are here for the Chukars would not want to see that. Bremer looking into Hiskey. What do you go with here on 3-2? Now we have time. So they'll have a little bit more time to think about where they want to go. There go the runners. This is in the dirt, ball 4. So Bremer walks the first man he faces, and the bases are going to be loaded for Alejandro Rivero. Rivero today is 0 for 3, a ground out to second, a pop out on the infield to the catcher Hunter Hiskey, and a fly ball to left. Rivero, 15 home runs. That's second on this team. Brummer to the plate. That's down low. 1-0 to Rivero. So Dico Chea walked on a 3-2 pitch. This next pitch is a called strike one. At third is White. At second is Miller. At first is Dico Chea. Only one grand slam this year from the Hawks, and is the guy at the plate. And they hit this ball to left. In is Feinstein. Out is Van Marter. Van Marter wants it. He drifts. He makes the catch. A big pop-out. But 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 3 men left on base. Could have been much worse. Instead, it's a 7-run ball game instead of a 9-run ball game. 11-4 the Chucks lead as we head to the bottom of the 7th on KSPZ 980.
Ladies and gentlemen, join us in singing baseball.
(11-4) the Chucks lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Welcome back to our ball game. Tyler Peterson, John Balgini, and Sam Little to lead it off for Idaho Falls. Chuckers trying to win their 54th game of the season.
Their 30th home game.
Chucks have lost 2 in a row to these Boise Hawks. First pitch from Dawson, that's outside. Luke Dawson took over in the 5th inning and has been on the mound ever since. This slider is high. This is outside now, 2-1. Three and 0 to Sam Little. That's a called strike one. I had it as 2-1, but 3-1. (3-1) to Sam. He swings, he pops it up, foul and out of play. (3-2) to Sam, who is 1 for 3, but has had some good at-bats. This is a swing and a miss by Sam Little. The 4th strikeout for Dawson. He's looked good on the mound. Dawson, sort of like Keegan McGinnis, he's got 41 strikeouts in 43 innings, but he's got 38 walks, at least coming into this game. He hasn't walked anyone, and he's struck out 4. Here's Van Marter. Here's a pitch that's popped up on the infield. Dicochea says he has it, and he does. They pop out to the second baseman for Van Marter, and there's 2 away. No action in that Chucker bullpen, so it looks like Griffin Bremer will pitch the 8th. And now here's Tyler Wyatt, who's 0 for 3. He's struck out twice. First pitch on its way. Wyatt, a breaking ball, takes it for a called strike 1. Chucks lead 11-4. 12 hits in the game for Idaho Falls. 0-1 pitch. Oh, nice bender from Dawson, and it's 0-2. That had some Jackson Sigmund-like break on it. He comes set, the pitch to the plate. It's a fastball. It's fouled back at 95.
Want to keep your back straight? Go to the home of the Backsaber mattress.
Oh, 2 pitch. There's that bender. That's inside, and it's 1-2. Base is empty for Wyatt here in the bottom of the 7th. 11-4. Chuckers lead. Set is Dawson. Lifts of the leg. Here's the pitch. That's outside. 2-2. Now the 2-2 to Wyatt. That's down low. 3-2. As Tyler Wyatt thought it was ball 4. I'm not getting the count right. Wyatt's not getting the count right. We had a ball that was actually a timeout. It's been an odd game. I decided to go on radio silence for a few pitches. Now the 3-2 to Wyatt. Dawson bent over. He comes set. The 3-2 pitch, that's outside. Ball 4, and now Tyler Wyatt will walk. So just like Matt Feinstein back in the very first inning, when we thought he walked, he ended up walking on the next pitch, and Tyler Wyatt, after thinking he walked on the previous pitch, walks on the next pitch as well. Now here's Steve Barmakian. A double, a single, and a double for Steve Barmakian. He has knocked in 2 runs. He's scored 2 runs. First pitch, that's down low from Dawson.
What do you think Steve likes on his pizza? Just asking for no reason. What's your favorite 3 toppings there, Tyler Peterson?
Here's a pitch inside to the backstop, a wild pitch. From Domino's, I usually go, if I had to go 3 toppings, it would be sausage, pepperoni, and olive, black olive.
Okay. I go with the pepperoni. I like the sausage.
Yeah.
And I add a second cheese, usually the provolone.
It's a pitch that's a called strike. It's 2-1. And it's second, 2 away for Barmakian. This is a 7-run ball game. The Chucks lead 11-4. Here's a pitch that is line past Dicochea. A 4-hit ball game for Steve Barmakian and a 3 RBI game for Steve Barmakian.
Well, he had 6 hits in the first 7 games. Add 4 more tonight.
Well, he certainly torments these Boise Hawks.
Came in batting .360 against Boise, and that'll get close to 400.
Now here's Webb for Steve. That's his second game this season where he's had 4 hits. He had 1 game with 5 hits on the road trip, 5 singles against the Hawks, as Webb takes a pitch up and in. Still no home runs for the Chukars. It's been all small ball. 11 singles and 2 doubles. Dawson on the plate, that's outside, 2-0. This is outside, 3-0. Well, that good control Dawson had seems to have evaded him. .30 is outside, a 4-pitch walk. Barmakian goes down to second. Here's Gary Van Tol, a very quick hook now, as he puts his arm out as soon as he walked out of the dugout. This pitching change is brought to you by the Smith Group, simplifying the car buying experience for 100 years. We'll be back, and we'll tell you about the new pitcher on KSPZ 980, the Sports Zone. Your home for Fox Sports and the Idaho Falls Chukars. New pitcher in, out of the bullpen for Gary Van Tol and the Boise Hawks. It's John Buechel, the very tall right-hander. Buechel is 6'8", 225. He replaces Luke Dawson.
Well, Luke Dawson struck out 5 of the first 7 batters he faced, but since then, walk, single, walk. He goes 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 1 run thus far.
And here comes Matt Feinstein. Feinstein is 2 for 3 today, 2 RBI. He bats with 2 men on and 2 men out.
Great walk-up song.
I believe that's Springsteen by Eric Church.
When you think of me, you think of 17, the number on his back.
Pitch to Feinstein, a curveball taken for strike 1. Buechele is only his 5th game, and he's got an ERA of 14.54. He's got some good outings against the Chukars, so sort of a Connor Dan situation. Here's a pitch that's fouled away from Feinstein, and it's 0-2. Buechele comes set. 2 outs in the inning, a ground ball toward the third baseman Jorgensen. He backs up. Will he have enough time to throw out Feinstein? He does not, and it's out of the glove of Galindo. Here comes a run, and he scores. A hit and an error. No RBI on the play. And the 13th run scores for the Chucks.
This interview is brought to you by Snake River Rapid Wash. From pets to vehicles, nothing cleans up better or faster. Now batting number 33, the catcher, Hunter.
That was a pickable ball at first base, no doubt about that. Galindo, I think he's upset with himself.
But once you throw the ball in the dirt, there's really, you can't assume or trust the first baseman to make that play. You need to hit him on a line.
That's 3 base hits for Feinstein tonight.
Here's Hiskey. He swings and misses. Or he foul tips it in the glove of the catcher, says Bill Shortridge behind home plate. Pitch to the plate. This is swung on and fouled away. 13-4, the Chucks lead. The bats are out tonight. 14 hits. Buechele to the plate. That's outside. Now 1-2. And for Buechele, you know, he gets the ground ball, but Jorgensen just not a strong enough arm to get it there on a line. Feinstein beat out the ball anyway. At second is Webb. At first is Feinstein. A 1-2 count to Hunter Hiskey. Pitch to the plate. That's fouled back to the screen.
That foul went straight back. Want to keep your back straight? Go to the home of the Backsaver mattress.
Hiskey is first base hit in his last at bat in the 6th. It's 1 for 4. Pitch to the plate, curveball. That's strike 3 called. Well, 2 more runs for Idaho Falls on 2 hits. There was an error and 2 men left on base. We go to the bottom, or the top of inning number 8. It's Chukars 13 and the Hawks 4 on KSPZ 980. Welcome back to our ball game. Top of inning number 8, 13-4. The Chucks lead. And for the final 2 innings tonight, it's John Balgini.
Thank you, Tyler. Griffin Brimmer out for his second inning of work. Well, we talked about high school football, the Rocky Mountain Rumble, 7 Utah teams versus 7 Idaho teams, all games played in Rexburg. Last night, the Utah teams won 3 straight. Today, it was Lehigh over Coeur d'Alene, 33-7. So Utah wins that series. But the next 3 games, Pocatello 49, Ogden nothing. First pitch to Galindo is high. Highland beat Alta, Utah 26-13, and Madison leads Bear River 34-10. So I have to get those scores in. I'm sure nobody cares about those but me. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's low, ball 2. Brimmer came in, walked Dicochea, and got Rivero to pop out for the 3rd out. Damon Ellis in line for his 7th win of the year. Here's the 2-0 by the lefty. That's high, ball 3. Jake Binder tomorrow afternoon for the Chukars against, I think it's Mitch Lines for the Hawks. 3-0 pitch. There's a called strike, 3-1. Galindo 1 for 2 in this game. He was named the MVP of the Highway Series. Got a nice championship belt. Brimmer into the windup, 3-1 pitch to Galindo. High fly ball, this one is long. Back goes Quiggle, he looks up and adios. Galindo, his 19th home run of the year, his 8th against the Chukars. The good news, nobody on base. The good news, the Chukars led by 9, now it's an 8-run cushion.
And he really leaned into that one too. And he's already won the MVP belt in this series, and it's because of that power he's shown.
So did you say leaned into for Galindo?
That might have been the reason I said that.
Now here's Robbie Enriquez. He's now tied Matt Feinstein in home runs with 19, but Matt has 103 RBI and Galindo has 73. A little bit of difference. 2-0 pitch inside, and it's quickly 3-0 on Enriquez. Checker bullpen quiet, but he sees somebody starting to exercise, stretching out. There's a strike, 3-1. Galindo spent 3 seasons in the Chicago Cubs organization, so he's a seasoned veteran. Although he's just 24 years old. 3-1 pitch, a swing and a miss. Boy, a big hack by Enriquez, and it's 3-2. Chukars blew this thing open with a 7-run 5th. 3-2. Swing and a miss. He came back with 3 straight strikes, did Griffin Brimmer. For out number 1. And here's Edekel Gonzalez, the DH. 0 for 3 tonight. The Westmark Credit Union / Domino's postgame show coming up following our game. We'll have the Pioneer League scores, Major League scores. A few former Chukars had good nights in the Kansas City Royals minor league chain. We'll run all those down coming up after the last out of this game. Pitch is inside to Gonzalez, ball 1. Griffin Brimmer, a Connecticut boy. There's a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike on Gonzalez. Bremer, 25 years old. The count 1-1 with 1 out, and a run in on the Galindo home run. Every Chucker with a base knock except for Tyler Wyatt, but he has scored a run, and he's played a great defensive second base. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
Gonzalez does not get cheated, does he?
No, he lets it rip. He played 1 year in the Tampa Bay organization. 1-2. Bremer gets the sign from Hunter Hiskey. And the pitch reached and fouled back out of play. That'll land in section R3. And the count remains 1-2. The Hawks have hit 6 home runs in the last 3 games. Here's a check swing, foul ball. In the last 3 games, the Chukars have hit only 1.
Do you want some updates, John?
You bet.
How about Great Falls 11, Billings 6 in the bottom of the 6th inning out there in Centene Stadium.
Perfect.
Missoula 6, Ogden 2 out there in Lindquist Field.
Perfect.
And the Chukars, they lead 13-5.
Hey, it's the trifecta that we were hoping for. Of course, none of those games are finals, but pretty big leads for all 3 teams. Gonzalez has to get a new piece of lumber.
Elsewhere, it doesn't matter to the Chukars. It does matter to the Hawks, though. The Grand Junction Rockies lead the Rocky Mountain Vibes 10-3.
Boise came in with a 3-game lead over Grand Junction coming into tonight's action. Looks like that will drop down to 2 games in front. 1-2, fastball high, outside, 2-2. I think it would be great for an all-Idaho Pioneer League Championship Series.
I think it'd be great, too, except for the fact that the Hawks have played us really tightly this year.
There's a high pop-up. That'll reach the stands again. Activity in R3.
You know, it's funny, John. Beginning of the year, or at least in the first half, if you said who would you rather want to face, the Hawks or the Raptors in the championship, I think I would have taken the Hawks 10 out of 10 times. But the Raptors have fallen off, and not only have they fallen off, but the Chukars in particular, first half or second half, have played them very well.
2-2 pitch. Fly ball should be Kona Quiggle time. The big wave in on the run. He'll make the catch, and there's out number 2. I agree. Ogden had the best offense. They were just pounding the ball, but they had a few injuries middle of the season, but as of late, they're not hitting the ball.
Oh, this Hawks pitching staff, they're good, John. Dallas,
very good.
Van Sena, Lines, Penrod had an off day. And then in the back end of the bullpen, what Tarones and Dan have done, they're scary to see in a 1-game playoff.
Left-handed hitter. Jorgensen takes a called strike.
And of course, they're trying to be the opponents to Ogden, who has already clinched their ticket to the playoffs.
Breaking ball, and where was that? 1-1. There are a few come on blues in the crowd. Bremer into the wind up the pitch, foul back, 1-2. This is Tyler Jorgensen, 1 for 3 tonight. He has 11 hits in the series. Galindo has 12 for the Hawks. Conequiggle 12 for the Chukars, the hit leaders in this marathon series. 1-2 pitch. That's going to be a base hit into center field, and Jorgensen back-to-back singles. Second hit given up by Bremer in this inning, and it'll bring up Byron Smith, who normally cashes in on the Chukars, but not tonight. He is 0 for 2, but did have a sac fly his last time up.
Number 9, hit catcher Byron Smith.
13-5, top of 8. Chukars will have Quiggle, Don, and Little in the bottom half of this frame. Pitch is down low. Right-hander in the Chukar bullpen. The boys in the Boise pen just hanging out. DeMond Ellis in line to pick up his 7th win of the year. 1-0 pitch. That one's low, ball 2. The Hawks received their Highway Series trophy and the MVP belt before the ball game. 2-0, there's a strike at the knees, 2-1. And well deserved, no doubt about it.
No team has beat the Chukars more this year than the Hawks.
Credit head coach Gary Van Tol, the manager, with picking up some great arms and some pretty good hitters. That pitch misses. It's 3-1. All of a sudden, the strike zone has gotten small here in a 8-run game.
Well, you look at the additions of Dico Che and Rivero, and not only what they provide defensively, but being those 2-3 guys in the top of your order.
3-1 Bremer. Called strike, 3-2. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. Byron Smith has a full count on him.
Rivero's only played 47 games for them, but he has 15 home runs and 52 RBIs, so sort of the same injection of life that Conequiggle brings to the lineup for the Chukars.
And of course, Nate Fisbeck, who has just been dynamite, has been used only once in a pinch hitting duty last night. He got a hit. Swing and a miss. Hiskey will make the throw down to first base for out number 3. 1 run on the Galindo home run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom half of inning number 8. It's the Chucks 13 and the Hawks 5. Yeah, I'd rather play Ogden, you bet.
Yeah, jeez.
Because they're pitching in a 3-game series. I mean,
yeah.
But then again, you know, Floyd, we throw out there Floyd and
Floyd, Binder, and Dubsky.
Or Ellis.
Or Ellis, yeah. Oh, against Ogden, it'd be Ellis. I think I want to call an audible and do Feinstein. I think he'll be a much better interview. And he's got 3 hits, Barmakian's got 4, and he's got 1 less RBI from Barmakian.
Okay, whatever. Just scratch it out. It's the bottom of inning number 8. Folks watching the game just caught a little inside info.
Yeah, a little pulling back of the curtain there.
Steven back tomorrow. our
Yes.
technical director.
Steven is back tomorrow, and this will be a much smoother broadcast all around.
Hey, we haven't heard La Super Caliente tonight, so that's a good thing.
That's true.
Here's Kona. He's 1 for 2. A single and RBI in the first, a sac fly RBI in the third, a walk and a run scored in the fifth, and a strikeout in the sixth. The Quiggles are here, watching the big wave, and the pitch is a called strike one from John Bouchel. Here's the 0-1 pitch, outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. That pitch bounces up there, 2-1 on Kona. Count 2-1. Nobody on, nobody out here in the bottom of 8. And this is going to be an extra base hit, a gap shot into right center field. And Kona's going to have 2, and he's going for 3. And he'll make it a leadoff triple by the big wave.
He's got the family in town, John.
He hit that one on the nose. For Kona, his 5th 3-bagger of the season. And here's Andrew Don. Andrew tonight 1 for 4 with an RBI. Actually 2 RBI.
Don's got a good chance here to drive in his 3rd RBI of the night.
When was the last time he had 3 RBI in a ball game? It's been a while. And he fouls this one off the mask of the catcher. It's 1-1.
He's done it 5 times this season.
I would think all early in the season. One and 1 the count. Hit number 15. 12 have been singles, a breaking ball, and it's a called strike. 1-2 on Andrew. Two doubles by Barmakey and the triple by Quiggle, and everything else singles. 13-5 the score. A swing and a miss, and Andrew strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. Out number 1. Strikeout number 8 for Boise pitching. Here's Sam Little, 1 for 4, has hit the ball hard 3 times, struck out his last time up. Infield in for the Hawks, down by 8 here in the 8th. Sam takes it, called strike 1. Bouchel, 6'8", 225, played for Arkansas Little Rock. And he was in the Dodgers organization, drafted in the 20th round, was his tall right-hander. Swing and a miss by Sam, 0-2. In the top half of the ninth, White, Miller, and DiCochea. And we'll have a new pitcher for the Chukars in the top of the ninth. Sam takes it high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch Sam takes it the other way, but it's going to be a foul ball. The Bob Euchre seat's now empty down the left field line. My idea when they put those seats there was to put them inside the fair territory and move the fence back a little bit. It would have been sort of a little patio that folks could catch home runs for souvenirs. Another high pop-up foul territory. Boy, Jorgensen, long way to run, and it lands in the bullpen. Boy, Jorgensen was hustling to try to pick up that one.
Little vault over those chairs for good measure as well.
Wouldn't that have been cool to have some seats?
So you're saying sort of where those two signs are to the left of the foul pole. You blow that out, you move the foul pole over to where the railing is?
Or you just move that part of the fence back and make it a little cutout.
But you move the foul pole left. Is
yes,
what I'm
you would
saying
have
too.
to, right.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Here's a swing and a miss, and Sam goes down. Out number 2, 2 strikeouts by Buechel. And those would have been prime seats, I would think. Here's Van Marder, 1 for 4. All the damage done by the top 3 hitters tonight. Barmakian, Little, and Feinstein have combined for 8 hits, 6 RBI, and 8 runs. First pitch, high and tight, ball 1.
I think one of the cooler parts about the job I have is traveling around and seeing all these stadiums, because here, like Boise and like Rocky Mountain, you can't actually sit behind the stands. In Ogden, you can.
Right. To count 2-0. They have that, what is the patio outside the left field fence?
Yep. And then you've got the brewing company behind the right field fence. You can watch the game and eat.
The 2-0 pitch outside, ball 3. Well, Tyler Wyatt wants one more crack at it. He's the only Chucker without a base hit tonight. I like Lindquist Field. I hate the Raptors, but I like the field.
Simplicio, another place with stands in the outfield.
That one was low and in the dirt, and it's a called strike 1. You know what ballpark I loved was the old Helena ballpark. 3-1. Foul back, 3-2. It was old, it was small, but it just had a great feel.
Atmosphere is everything.
Greg Miraz, of course, called the last season in that ballpark a couple of years ago, actually 3 years ago. 3-2 pitch on the way, and that's hopefully not strike 3. Nope, it's ball 4. So Tyler Wyatt will get a chance to get a base knock and join his teammates.
Chance to pick up his first Chucker RBI.
I can't remember the name of the old Helena ballpark, but it was all wood.
I think, John, there's a team poster, I want to say 2007 with the, or no, I'm trying to think, 2013, the championship poster in Helena.
That's right. Here's a ball, base hit, Tyler Wyatt. Nice job, Tyler. Everybody into the act, RBI for Wyatt. And it's now 14-5.
How about all but one Chucker with an RBI tonight? I don't think we've seen that this year. Only Hunter Hiskey hasn't knocked anyone in.
Now here's Steve Barmakian looking for a 5-hit night.
Third baseman, Steve Barmakian.
Double, single. Sounds like my lunch at In-N-Out. Pitch is a called strike 1. No, maybe just a double and a single. Scratch the fries.
Not a fries guy at In-N-Out, huh?
No, I'm not.
I'd
rather have the double and a single. Cheese, of course. Called strike 0-2.
Hey, I'll take Freddy's fries over In-N-Out fries.
Those are good. 14-5. A 7-run fifth put this thing away. And there's a swing and a miss, and Barmakian strikes out, and that'll do it. But the Chukars add one on the RBI single by Tyler Wyatt. 1 run, 2 hits. There were no errors, and 2 men left on base. Last call, Hawks. It's a 13, make it a 14-5 score here on KSBZ, the Sports Zone. Gracias, Victor. John Nunnally will be on the mound to close it out for the Chukars tonight. He replaces Griffin Bremer. Bremer went 1 1/3, gave up 2 hits. 1 run, the home run by Galindo, walked 1 and he struck out 2. So it's John Nunnally Jr., if you will. Scottsdale, Arizona. And the batter will be Greg White. John making his 31st appearance, 2-2 on the season, has 2 saves and a 6.21 earned run average. He'll face White, Miller, and DiCochea here in the top of the 9th. First pitch from Nunnally is a called strike 1. Chukars scored 3 in the first. Hawks made it 3-2 on the home run by DiCochea in the third. That pitch high. The Chukars added 1 in the bottom of the third to make it a 4-2 score, and then the bottom of the 5th came around and Chukars put up 7 while Damon Ellis was shutting down the Hawks. Here's a breaking ball called strike, and it's 1-2. Well, Missoula beats Ogden. It's a final 6-2. Again, we'll run down the scores in our post-game show. Nunnally set at the shoulders. Swing and a miss. He blows Greg White away. Now it's Miles Miller. Miller, the left fielder, is 1 for 3 tonight. He has 10 hits in the series, 10 for 35. Miller out of Windsor, Ontario. Rocky Mountains coming back on Grand Junction. It's now 10-7. Again, we'll run down those scores. First pitch from Nunley is high, ball one. They're in the 7th inning in Great Falls. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Called strike on the inside corner, 87-mile-per-hour fastball, and it's 1-1. $3,285 showed up on this Saturday night. 1-1 pitch, foul, out of play, 1-2. And Miles Miller asked the home plate umpire, Bill Shortridge, if it was a strike or not. Now, as he always does, Miller with 2 strikes chokes up on that bat of his. I like this young man, Miles Miller. Seems to be a good guy. 1-2 pitch, high, 2-2. One out, nobody on base. As we play out the end of this game here in the 9th inning, that's outside, and it's 3-2. On deck, Dicochea. Another 3+ hour ball game, which has been the usual here in the Pioneer League this year. 3-2, high, ball 4. So Miller's been on base for the 3rd time tonight. And here's Dicochea, who homered back in the 3rd. A 2-run shot to get the Hawks to within 1, and that's the closest they've been. Four Chukars with multi-hit ball games tonight. Every Chukar but one with an RBI. That pitch misses. And every Chukar has scored but one. A team effort tonight, and Damon Ellis was again, for the 2nd straight time against the Hawks, he was excellent on the mound. He'll get the win. 1-0 pitch. Dicochea takes it high and tied, ball 2. Game number 24 between these two teams tomorrow afternoon. The Toyota pregame show at 3:45, first pitch at 4 o'clock, as the Madres will make their final appearance in 2021. Hunter Hiskey out to have a quick word with John Nunley. The count is 2-0. That one's high, ball 3. Nunley struck out White, walked Miller, and now it's 3-0 on Dicochea with Rivero on deck. There's the old automatic, 3-0 called strike, 3-1. Nunley to Dicochea, 3-1 pitch. That's lifted high but foul to our right, and the count full. A lot of the fans still hanging around. They're gonna, of course, the kids will be running the bases. Everybody brought jackets, some brought blankets. 3-2 pitch, ground ball to Barmakian. Goes to second for one. The relay out at second, out at first. Ball game over. 5-4-3 double play. And the Chukars win this game by the score of 14-5. Stick around. Coming up, it's our post-game show here on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
Here at Melaleuca Field, it's a work with Jake Murray at Teton Wealth Management. Fans, have a great night and thank you for coming out to Melaleuca Field tonight. Be sure to join us tomorrow afternoon as your Chukars host the Boise Hawks in Game 9 of this 9-game homestand. This will be the final Sunday home game. Games open at 3 p.m. with first pitch at 4 p.m. Fans, have a great night and drive home safe.
Final score tonight, 14-5. Chukars win. Let's go down to the field with Tyler Peterson.
Thank you, John. Tyler Peterson here with Matt Feinstein, our Domino's Pizza player of the game. And Matt, I have a question for you. I've got a list of guys here. You tell me what they have in common. George Brett, Joey Votto, Todd Helton, Nolan Arenado, Prince Fielder, Ryan Braun, and Ryan Sandberg. That would... That's a list of guys who play in the Pioneer League who don't have as many RBI as you do. You set the all-time record. You have 103 RBI. What does that mean to you?
Right now it feels really cold thanks to that ice water, but honestly, it's an incredible accomplishment. Just very happy I was able to get it done, but I think it goes without saying no one can get that many RBIs without people in front of them always being on base. Our lineup 1 through 9 always making things happen, so just got to shout them out for, always putting me in a position to drive in runs.
Let's talk about this series now. The Hawks have given you guys a really hard time. It's been super competitive. A 9-game series. Nobody really knew what that would look like. 4-4 the series is now going to the 9th game. What are these Hawks giving you a good battle this year? They're a good team. What is the key tomorrow to beating them in that 9th game?
We just have to, do what we did today and what we've done on other days that we won. We got to hit well. We got to play good defense because, every time you play against them, they're going to play fundamentally sound baseball. They play incredible defense. They get guys on. They get guys over. They get guys in. They really play sound baseball. So we got to be on top of our game as well. We got to hit right from the jump, and we got to make sure we're executing pitches throughout the whole game.
Incredibly, this was game 86 of the season. 10 more to go. 1 more against the Hawks, 6 in Billings, 3 back here for the finale against Great Falls. We're a half game back of first place. We got close, didn't get there in the first half. What's the mentality now, this second time round, now that you guys experience coming just short in the first half?
Yeah, we definitely feel like we have a little chip on our shoulder for, coming so close in the first half and not getting it. So we're not going to sugarcoat it. We know the importance of tomorrow, and then we know the importance of those 6 games in Billings. So we're just going to be locked in and ready to go right from the jump.
I have a large 3-topping pizza for you, courtesy of Domino's. Get some dry clothes, Maddie. We appreciate it. Dartmouth's finest.
Thank you, Ty. Appreciate it. Go Chucks.
John, back to you.
Thank you very much, Tyler, and congratulations, Matt Fines, who took a cold water bath right behind home plate. Back with scores and more here on KSPZ, the Sports Zone. Chukars win 14-5. We'll have the final numbers real quickly. Former Chukars with good nights tonight. Adalberto Mondesi trying to make it back to the big leagues. Went 3 for 5 and a hit home run for Omaha. Kyle Isbell went 3 for 4. He was a Chukar back in 2018. At Northwest Arkansas, Jimmy Govern hit his 5th home run. He was a late addition to that 2019 championship team. And Nate Eaton went 2 for 4 in Quad Cities. And Anthony Veneziano, one of the outstanding pitchers on that 2019 championship team, he went 5 scoreless innings for his 6th win of the year.
Let's take a look around the Major League Baseball scoreboard today. The double dose of bad news from Mr. John Balgini. My A's snapped their 6-game skid and stopped the Yankees' winning streak at 13. A's win 3-2 over the Yanks in Oakland. And the Red Sox won 5-3 in Cleveland in 10 innings. The Royals, again behind Salvador Perez, beat the Mariners 4-2 in Seattle.
Perez 4 home runs in his last 4 nights.
3 doubles from Didi Gregorius boosted the Phillies 7-0 over the D-backs and Phillies. Marlins 6-1 over the Reds, who are currently a wild card team. Blue Jays win in 10 innings, 3-2 over the Tigers in Detroit. Astros 5-2 over the Rangers in the all-Texas affair. Cardinals 13-0 win over the Pirates in Pittsburgh. Rays 4-3 over the Orioles in Baltimore. And the Windy City Derby, Cubs win 7-0 over the White Sox. Twins 6-4 over the Brewers in Minnesota. Mets a 5-3 win over the Nationals. And the Giants a 5-0 win over the Braves. A couple games still going on, though. In the bottom of the 8th, the Dodgers lead 4-2 over the Rockies in L.A. And after 8 in the other game in L.A., Padres 2, Angels 10.
In the Pioneer League, final score, Missoula 6, Ogden 2. In the bottom of the 8th inning, Great Falls leads Billings 12-6. And in the bottom of the 9th, last call for the Rocky Mountain Vibes, they trail Grand Junction 10-7. Your numbers for tonight's ball game for the Chukars: 14 runs on 16 hits, did not commit an error and left 8 men on base. For the Hawks, 5 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. They left only 6 men on. Winning pitcher is Damon Ellis. He's now 7-3. The losing pitcher, Liam Steigerwald, his record drops to 1-3. No save in the game. 2 home runs are hit, both by the Hawks. It was Jason DiCochea in the 3rd with 1 on, his 8th, his 2nd in 2 nights. And it was Vladimir Galindo, the MVP of the Highway Series. He hit a solo shot in the 8th, his 19th of the season. The game took 3 hours and 11 minutes to play in front of a crowd of 3,285. Every Chukar had a base hit. Every Chukar but one had an RBI. Every Chukar but one scored in tonight's ball game. And Matt Feinstein with those 2 RBIs now at 103. And we'll see the Hawks one more time for the 9th time tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock.
And it should be a good one, John. This series from an outside observer would be really just a back and forth affair. It'd be really exciting. To us, it's sort of been a little bit more of an emotional roller coaster than that, but the series is tied up at 4 apiece, and the winner at least of this 9-game series will be decided tomorrow.
So once again, tonight's final score from Melaleuca Field, it was the Chukars 14 and the Boise Hawks 5. Next game tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. Until then, for Tyler Peterson, I'm John Balgini reminding you that Chukars Baseball is a presentation of Sandhill Media. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, videos, and accounts of this game is prohibited without the express written consent of the Pioneer League, Sandhill Media, and KSBZ, the Sports Zone. Tonight, the Chukars win by the score 14-5. Good night, everybody. Good night, Jim.